That's my biggest book. Oh,
It's funny because we just become live and he is making all kinds of sounds down there. Welcome to the Simply and Gravel podcast. Finally getting started. We had some family issues and other things, so we're changed what we were going to do. Next week, we will get to do the Incredible Hulk, and Iron Man reviews and start the series for the MCU movies. But thanks for William for being here.
Hola.
And Mr. Bonafide himself for making a guest appearance last second.
I'm always a guest appearance. Is that how it is?
Well, in this particular instance, yes. A special guest appearance.
There it is. That's better.
So today we're going to talk about comics, graded books, things we've been sending in, things we may be sending in, recent stuff we just recently got back. Who wants to start?
Go, Will.
Yeah, my name is William, and I have a problem. Made a little trip down to Hickory, North Carolina last week to visit Mr. Bonafide himself, who is now an authorized Cgc retailer / dealer.
Yeah,
and he helped me through the process and everything, and we took a look at some books, and I think what we pulled 31, we're submitting 30. Is that
I think so.
Where we ended up?
Yeah, the only one.
Yeah, the 13 was the Spidey 13 was the one that he said was a no-go.
Yeah.
And I mean that's some pretty decent stuff. You know, a couple of first appearances of Mr. Miles Morales, and Avengers 4 went. You know, that is a childhood dream book of mine that I figured deserved all the protection it could get. And of course, Andy is taking care of a lot of the paperwork that can be daunting or confusing, and you might end up spending too much or not enough. And in this case, I might be able to get by a used vehicle with what this is costing me. Whew.
Well, you had some big boys in there, so
yeah, our estimate is pretty. Like if all things considered, you know, the estimate of the final value after grading, I'm gonna be sitting in a pretty good spot, you know, when it comes to if I need to move some of this stuff, because ultimately that's what grading is all about. You know, we can like how it looks in a holder, we can like all of that stuff, but ultimately grading takes the guesswork out of a sale. And if you ever feel like you need to sell or have to sell, in my case, I'm doing it for, you know, I guess ultimately we're born to die. And if for some reason, you know, the job that I have, if something happens to me, you know, my wife needs to know what I have down here. And I want to make things as simple as possible, you know, should she have to move some of the stuff, you know, if I'm not around.
Well, I think it's
a pretty decent insurance policy right there, you know, to plus I like the way they look, you know, like we were discussing, you know, sitting at a convention, slabs don't really sell that well because people have a chance to look at the book. But if you're selling by mail, you know, 9.4 tells everything that you needed to tell. And yeah, so I look forward.
Online, it's definitely helpful. I mean, no ifs, ands, or buts.
So much money on the table if you don't do it. I mean, like there's some books with, like, you know, a $50 book that becomes a $90 book, you know, not so much, even if, you know, that is almost twice what it's worth raw. But you're looking at an age right now where some books, you know, if it sells for $400, you know, raw, a 9.8 goes for $1,100.
Yeah.
You know, you're leaving a lot of money on the table if you don't just go ahead and bite the bullet and get that thing graded.
That's a big thing right there. I see some books that can go for $20. They get graded. Now it's a $100 book.
Mm-hmm.
Which in that instance, after you put in the grading value, you're not making much. But as you increase, it's a huge difference.
Well, here's an example. I had a CBCS 8.5 white pages of Strange. Well, William knows this book, Strange Adventures 205.
Mm-hmm.
I had it on my eBay store because I have another copy. I have it on my eBay store for, I don't know, months and months and months and months. And I had, I think I had 1,000 or best offer. And I would have taken probably $850 for a long time because that's probably what it would have gone for. The second I took it off and I sent it to CGC for a crossover grade, the second I took it off, someone messaged me, was like, "Oh, I was going to buy that book." And I'm like, well, it's been on there for months. So I was like, now it's going to CGC for a crossover because CGC sells. As much as, everyone loves CBCS or, and I mean, I don't have any qualms with CBCS, but I mean, it sat there for a long time in that beautiful CBCS case and no one even bought it. So already crossed it over to a CBC and it's ages now. So
Andy, I think you're breaking up a little bit, my man. What he's talking about, though, there is definitely a gap with CGC and CBCS. And CBCS tends to go probably 10 to 20% cheaper than CGC in most cases, even though CBCS has a reputation for being stricter at grading. Therefore, to me, it's like if you're buying a 9.0, odds are with CBCS, you are getting a book that has been graded harsher, than the CGC grade.
He said that. I think he's probably refresh and come back. I hope.
Yeah, it might be.
Yeah, I mean, I've always been a fan of CGC, more so because I like the holders better. I like the top panel better.
Right.
But that's just me. I know a lot of people totally disagree with that.
Well, CGC has gotten to the point right now where it's a brand in and of itself. It's like you don't make a photocopy, you Xerox something.
Yeah.
You don't put bleach in your wash, you Clorox it. Mm-hmm. I think CGC is because they were first and really kind of set that kind of grip in the market. I think that they're just synonymous with grading.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are basically, it's not, is that graded? And if so, by who? It's like, is it CGC?
Mm-hmm.
And it really, like I say, it just makes a huge difference, and I know you've got your detractors of Y grade, and that's the thing. You can always pull it out of the slab.
I didn't realize there was that big a gap between CGC and CBCS.
Sometimes it is like your bigger books. Yeah, he just said his internet dropped out. So Mr. Bonafide, let me take care of this real quick.
There he is.
Yep.
All right, what did I miss?
Really nothing.
Okay.
I would love to say, oh, you missed everything. No.
Where did I drop out? Because I have no clue. We were discussing, what we picked up on after you dropped out because you got really choppy for a second. What we were discussing, you were talking about the Strange Adventures 205, The First Dead Man, and how you were sending how you were sending it to CGC, and of course, right after that, somebody else had messaged you on buying, and then you got super choppy.
Oh, I said, yeah, I took it off because I sent it off. I took it off the store, and of course, someone sent me a message. It's like, hey, I was interested in that book. What happened? And I was like, well, I sent it off to get crossover graded to CGC, and what I was saying is it came back at 9.0 white pages.
Wow.
Yeah, so I mean, that's when it's like grading is subjective. So,
oh yeah, well, see,
so
we were just talking about how CBCS has actually got the kind of, I guess, notorious, if you will, about being a harsher grader. They're a little bit tougher.
See, I was actually, this is where I think I don't personally, from where I've sent both It just depends on the grader. They're all human. They're and they're different. Because I had my friend's Hulk 181. I cleaned it and pressed it for him, and it was in a 3.5 CBCS. And I didn't think it was a 3.5, but I cleaned it and pressed it and sent it. And but
was that the one last weekend he got a bump on?
Yeah.
Nice.
But but who's to say what's a 3.5 and what's a 4 or what's a 3? That's so at that stage. I'm not even very good at it when it gets to the low grades or even the super high grades, like in between. It's just kind of comparing what I've seen, and then at that point, who cares? Just buy the book.
I feel like I'm too picky on high grade and not picky enough on low grade. It's like stuff I should subtract for on the lower end, I tend to ignore, and stuff that really doesn't matter on the higher end, like bindery tears, common defects that are common to the book. I treat that like it's just the end of the world. When Cgc will actually be like, look, this defect ran through 90% of the print run. We're not deducting for this.
I say it all. I say it all the time. Buy the book, not the grade.
Absolutely.
Who cares? I buy books all the time and crack them out if I want them for my personal collection. I don't care. I'm not going to sell it. I don't feel like I'm ever going to sell it, but
at least you know what you're getting and you make an informed decision. So,
the thing that gets me is if somebody gets a 9.6 and they're in tears, they are devastated, they're heartbroken. It's like their life has just ended. And you see people commenting like, "I'm so sorry, it was a 9.6." I'm like, really?
It's still a nice book.
Yeah, and people. I do understand that people will pay a lot for a 9.8 or a 9.6, but for me, it's like, dude.
Yeah, there's definitely some elitism that has kind of crept in on the
I can see it. You're paying the money to get it graded, but there's some books it doesn't matter. Even when we were going over the books that we were submitting, when you got to Miles Morales, I was like, it doesn't matter what this thing grades at.
Yeah.
Put it in there.
As long as it stays at 9.4 or higher.
Yeah,
it's in good
a nice
shape.
copy. That's what it's all about.
Let me see if I can find this one book. Y'all keep chatting.
I see where Mr. Hayes called us nerds, well.
Of course. That's why we're on the Simply Incredible podcast.
Exactly, because I'm a dork. For example, this book is a 9.6.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good book.
I'll take it. I'll take that 9.6 off your hands if you.
See, my thing is, I came back at 9.6. I'm happy as can be. And people are like, man, I'm so sorry. I wish you'd gotten a 9.8. Like, I wish I'd gotten 11.2, but I didn't.
Yeah, a perfect 10 would be awesome, but at the same time, that book right there.
And it's got one of my girls on the back too. So there you go.
Will you have a 9.5?
One of the modern keys.
Not many people have a 9.5, but you have one.
Yeah. 9.5 Young Avengers.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't even know I don't know what that grade is. Though.
I think it's a 9.8. I think it's just a
Wizard grade.
Yeah, it's like a Wizard thing. They did like a special. The first 9.5s.
Yeah, I get it.
It's silly.
It's got some with a rip in the middle of it. It's still a 9.5.
Nah, I guarantee if I cracked it and sent it in right now,
but you wouldn't want to because it's like, just because it's in that Wizard thing, it's like
it's the Wizard First program, and I think there's only, a couple hundred of those, with that grade. I'm actually shocked it doesn't show up higher on the variants and whatnot, but. There's a topic for another day, variants. But anyway, I saw a guy, that new Crow 3 Virgin variant. Saw a guy listing today on one of the Facebook groups. He had like 30 copies sitting there. Wanted $40 a piece for them. And it's a nice piece of artwork. Don't get me wrong.
The what? Crow?
Yeah, it was a Crow version.
The Crow lathe.
I guess, yeah, issue number 3. I
Yeah.
think Ricky posted on Facebook, his little crow post today. That's the cover to that comic.
Yeah, I bought one of them.
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of Brandon Lee and the Crow, the whole thing. So I was like, I got it.
I love the Crow.
I truly love it. Sure enough.
Paige trying to get Will's copy, like begging him.
You upset that woman that night, Andy.
Hey, I called her out because she didn't know what it was. I was like,
no.
I gave her this look like, what?
Yeah, it's a nice book.
Yep. That's awesome.
There's one actually getting graded now, and that's my second.
I didn't even see that. What was that? Just come out like this past week?
No, this one's been out for a while.
Oh,
this is the Crow Hack Slash #1. It's a variant by somebody.
That's awesome. I'll have to pick that up.
It's only 600 made, and there were none on eBay.
So I might have to pick one up from you. No,
if anybody knows a way,
they're not on eBay. It must be very rare
variants. I would love to know, because there are the occasional store variants that, I really like that, kind of as an art piece. But I'm having the darndest time trying to, I don't even know what stores are selling variants to things.
You just can pay. You pay the money to do it. I mean, I guess you have to get it approved. Brad did one.
Well, what I'm talking about, like, say, Scorpion Comics has their variant. And then somebody else, Metropolis has their variant, and like all of these stores have their variant because they paid to produce a variant. I'd love a list of who has what variants available. Because a lot of stuff that I'm seeing is like so far after the fact.
They usually come out with a list, like whatever book it is, and they have all the variants. At least on the I guess Milestone Comics. I don't know, like the hundreds or something like that.
Right.
Like Star Wars, and when it come out by Marvel, I mean, how many variants did that have?
To me, I mean, not knocking all these comic stores or anything, because they're gonna make money. But like, to me, I wouldn't put a variant out unless it was like something special, or like, to me, like if there was a Nightwing book or a Robin book or something, then I thought like, I'm gonna make a variant for this because this is my favorite character, or something like that. Then I would do a variant.
You're going to have one that's only going to have one made, and it's going to be just for you.
Yeah, that's just called a submit, like an art submission commission.
Like, Adam Hughes, can you make one? And I'm just going to have that one made.
We don't even want to discuss what it would talk to get Adam Hughes to cover right now.
I actually talked with Ed McGuinness about doing.
Ooh, McGuinness,
because the Deathstroke one, the famous Mike Zeck Deathstroke 1 cover.
Right.
I was trying to get him. I was trying to figure. I was like, that would be a cool homage cover, and get Ed McGuinness to do it, because he draws like great bulky characters.
Yeah.
So I was trying to think of something I could ever get him to do, and he said he would do it. He was like, "I'll charge you the same I charge Marvel, $1,000." So I was like, "Okay." I was like, "If I can think of something," I was like, "That's not bad." It's like I just got to think of something to do, but. I thought that was cool. I was like, he's like, I'll charge you the same I charge, Marvel Comics when they say, here's a cover.
Damn, I want to know if I can get Alex Garner to do that.
Maybe.
I love me some Alex Garner artwork.
Just contact them. I mean, you just go up to them at a show and ask them.
Yeah. Well, all the shows that I could have seen him at were canceled.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, they're coming. Maybe they'll be back. I went to a small one then a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, my doctor still says I can barely even leave the house.
The end of the month, the Virginia Vintage Comics Collectible Show is going to be in Salem.
Yeah, Roger always puts on a pretty good show with
old. It's a great show, and my doctors, because of my weak immune system from the kidney transplant, asthma, like, nope.
And if you're willing to make the
come in with a bubble
to Hickory,
a bubble boy,
September 26th, there will be the Hickory Comic Con going on. Where I believe that a couple of people in this room right now will be set up and ready to show wares.
I'm not going to be there. I don't know who you're talking about. It's going to be set up.
First show back in a long time. I'm ready.
Is Dennis going to be set up?
No.
All right. Let's.
What'd you guys pick up?
Here's
Give me some books. I love
the
looking at
first
books.
part of my CGC shipment right here.
I'm here for the comics.
Yeah.
That's what I'm here for. Let's see. We'll start off with, I think I got this one from you, William. Uncle Billy, that dolphin.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
Came back 3.0.
Love that cover, though. I tell you
Such a
what.
beautiful cover.
Let me make my pretty silver a smidge bigger.
So,
right?
you know, I'm on categories on Monday, and you know, if they say green cover, I might be pulling that one out.
Oh, I'll
I
learn
think
to
that's
you.
a winner.
I'll learn to you. Now, one thing I think about this book, it reminds me so much of J. Scott Campbell artwork with those massively long legs.
Oh yes, she got legs.
Yeah.
Well, he did like pinup models. The artist,
Mm-hmm.
he did everything in that. What's his name? I can't. Severnine or what was his name?
Let me see.
Maybe I'm way off.
I was close. It's J. Scott Mike.
Just got Mike.
It's,
Yeah, I do. It's like three. It's like three names. Three first names. It's three first names. I do know that.
Yeah. The next one I got back, and for some reason I decided I'll get the Spider-Man logo thing. I don't know why I did that.
Dude, I like that one a lot. The logo up there with the city on it.
Yeah, but the reason I don't like is because I'm only going to have 3 books with that on it. I'm not going to resubmit them to get them back. But I love this cover, and I was like, I come back at a 5.0. I was pretty happy about that.
That's a nice mid-grade right there. Sure enough.
That's a great. I think I just sold that book. Honestly, that's a great book. Is that the first? Is that their first fight?
I don't think so.
Well, I mean, like, in that run, there's like they back to back, like they have a fight back to back. It's like 81, 181, or I don't know.
Well, here it just says Hulk appearance.
180. Hold on.
And Shazam. They come back at 6.5. I actually thought that was going to be a little bit higher than that, but. And last but not least, Billy, we were together when I bought that one.
Yep. And that actually that's a very good grade. You got a great deal on that book.
I got an amazing deal.
Yeah, that's an awesome one.
So 7.5 on that. So that was the first part of my my comics to come back.
It was 119. 119 was the first part, and I sold that one. That one sold the other day.
Nice. Hey, by the way, I checked your website the other day, and it said it was down.
My friend is working on the update. We're gonna change a lot of stuff because, like, I never liked that you couldn't zoom in and like really examine the book.
Yeah.
So
I just said, hey, let's see what my man's got over here. Oh, okay.
I put my eBay store link on there, didn't I? You can click that.
All I saw was it said it was currently down.
It should have my eBay store. I
think it does have there should be a link down at the bottom, Daryl, where you can click it and it should take you directly to a store because I had to chase it to a store the other day.
You can always email me.
That seems like a lot of work out of my busy day.
Or call me or text me.
Yeah.
He got another collection in with a lot of high grade 80s filler.
Yeah.
Will took a bunch of
I thought you were just going to send me a list of stuff to take all my money.
The easiest thing is you just tell me what you need, and I'll be, well, let me go see if I got it.
First appearance of You Go Girl.
It's like the Supreme Court's definition of porn. I know it when I see it. That's how I am.
That's well, I don't know about porn. I don't know what that word is. What is that? Is it a different style of corn?
That's it. I mean, but that's the reason is that's the beauty of me buying books is I'm very much a guy. It's like I know it when I see it.
I'm the same way. I can't say that because I'll be like at a show or something and I'll like look at it and what is that? Or even when I buy a collection, I'll be going through and like processing and I like hold on a second. I'll just pull the whole run and be like, I want to start reading this.
That's it. Well, you like look at those awesome like 60s and 50s DC covers, and it just pops out at you, and I think a lot of that to me is just the thrill of discovery. I mean, it's been there, it's there, and It's like the nerdy chick who becomes the hot chick at the end of a movie. Manifest Destiny.
I just bought like the first,
I love it.
like 30 some
That's
books.
first print. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, but I bought like the first 30 some books except for one. And then I'm going to try to get the rest of them. I was telling Billy about this. And I had no interest in getting it. And then I saw it. I'm like, there's a bunch here. Let me go ahead and try to get this run and read it.
Because I've read it. Oh, man, it's great.
Yeah, that's what I hear. So that's why I actually bought them.
That's the downside to Image, though. It's like as soon as you settle in and get comfortable, it like goes on hiatus. Or, you know, they quit making it or something.
Man, there was that one run by
Matt
Image called Spawn. I wish they had quit that one.
Well, look at Saga. You know, there's a lot of
they went on
Saga fans out there right now.
That is one I do want to read, but I don't think I can get one anymore.
There might be this other teeny tiny little franchise that caught people off guard. What was that? The Walking Dead. You know, they just abruptly ended with that. You know, but
that ended so abruptly. I was really upset about that.
He did it on purpose. He just surprised everybody. Like, yep, that's him.
Yep.
I just like what did he post on Twitter? Like, it was a space thing is what caused the zombie stuff. It was like
oh, Dennis is gonna get in here. Oh snap!
Oh, this is gonna get horrible.
Bring it.
All right, now Dennis, I will let you know, kids are not allowed on, and you gotta speak up because you are extremely quiet, my friend. I'm gonna send you a link on Facebook as soon as I can get over there to do it.
What I'm gonna do then is I'm gonna show some neat little oddities that I picked up.
Show us what you pick up.
Well, you got to see a lot of it last week.
There you go. I made you big.
Some of those sweet books you picked up from me too. Huh?
Well, you know what?
I can't remember.
Go out and grab that box and thumb through because I stuffed a lot of that into a box. This is the first appearance of Wendigo in Incredible Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
You might recognize him from the cover of a certain Canadian guy's appearance.
Is that 178?
It's 162.
I was way off.
Like, what's up with his crotch there?
I don't know. I think it's.
I was just wondering, like, is the shadow? Are they blanking it out, or what's going on?
I don't know anything about comics, but what about that crotch?
We will call it heavily inked.
Okay.
This is the oddity, though. There was a publication group called Solson Publications, and they did I guess it was authorized stuff. But you want to talk about something cool? This is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles authorized martial arts training manual.
I think I have issue 2 on that.
And with this book, I will become more powerful than a certain Dennis Hayes.
Ooh.
Because it will teach me everything I need to know.
Dang.
Namely, awesome nunchuck skills.
You got to be careful while you're learning that because I may or may not have given myself a concussion once upon a time.
This one here, we've got the first appearance of the Granny and Mr. Miracle.
Nice.
And these are pretty high-grade copies, you know. I mean, each one of them has different issues, but the copies themselves, but of course, you got to have number 1.
Oh, yeah.
To go with that number 2.
I love it.
And then, of course, you got a number. Unfortunately, the Big Barda wasn't in this collection that he picked up.
Oh, no.
Oh, I do have the training manual issue 1.
Of course, the Eternals is becoming all the rage right now. With its
is that Cersei?
This is the first appearance of Cersei right here. And I'm surprised we didn't look at this one to send it off because this one actually is in really good shape. Like, I'm not seeing many issues with it. Conan, at the end of its run, was having a lot of issues developing interest in everything.
Sorry.
So, there's a Dennis. Behold, a wild Dennis appears.
He's not sideways.
Why am I sideways?
Because
you hear a question
wrong?
Huh?
Are you on your phone?
I'm using my phone.
There's probably like a.
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah, just hold it there. There's probably a settings you have to change or something.
Cam. Let me touch Cam. You're in the show.
You look really nice like that.
Cam, mic, chat, leave. I don't know.
It
You're
works.
just gonna have to hold it like that. You're gonna become one of those people that
I'm just gonna let you guys know.
The great part about that is, Dennis, comics are the shape. I mean, that's the shape of a comic. So
Let me just say this. He threw the gauntlet down by saying he's the best dad ever. Threw the gauntlet down.
well, sarcasm is just one of my many talents. All right.
Yoda.
No.
Yoda up in here. What's good, homies?
what's up?
What is up?
We up in here
Welcome.
talking books.
For the first time in quite some time to the Simply Incredible podcast.
I know. I've been busy. I've been holding it down. Been being a dad. Been Yoda.
Well, I mean, I know you've been running that martial arts school for the last 6 months. Oh, wait a minute. It's been closed.
No. No.
You're not
You wanna
like
talk-
grappling, rolling
No,
around, socially distanced.
You wanna talk some sarcasm? I can be sarcastic about that. Some of these fools out here.
Hey, this would be the perfect time to learn how to use the force to force choke people.
Yeah.
Tell you what.
It's
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
self-defense.
Okay. We
Wow,
had
that's
one
the
person
truth.
watching the show, and now that person is in the show.
It's one of those kind of shows,
Hey,
right?
Play it back. People can play it back later, and while they're cooking or something, and watch it.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you. How is everybody? Haven't talked to you in forever, other than text messaging.
Well,
All good over here.
Well, I talked with. Will. He was over at the house last weekend.
yeah,
like it.
I made the trip down and hung out there for a little while. We went through some comics and
Paige was
Just had a
complaining
little-
that I wasn't working enough, and I said, "I'm playing. Like Will is here. I can like talk comic books. I am not working."
Hey, you tell her you are a strong, independent woman,
look, we
and
bagged-
you want
He's like,
to
he's like,
be.
you're gonna sit out here in the with all the comics. You might as well bag and board them. I'm like, nah.
You want to
Well, you
be a strong and independent woman. Don't you let me hold you down.
people think that prepping and all of that stuff is super easy. We spent about 2 hours out there, and me and Paige bagged and boarded through. It was 300 comics in that 2 hours, and it's like, I can't believe this is all we've accomplished in 2 hours' time. And it really
didn't even
does.
look through the books. And I was like,
Yeah.
I try to explain to people, like, I got to look through these to make sure stuff's not, cut out. Nothing's
Yeah.
missing. It's like,
Mhm.
That's the thing right there. We take for granted. How many of us have bought something? I know I bought a book from a particular dealer in town that as soon as I walked out after plopping my $125 down, I noticed a certain Marvel value stamp was missing.
Mm.
A lot of dealers sit there and go straight from, collection purchase into a fresh bag and board, and they never even bother to see.
Oh yeah.
Out.
How many interior autographs have been skipped because of that?
Oh, yeah.
Look, I pray every time for a Jack Kirby.
Yep.
I'm not even going to lie
Always
about
stand on
it.
that first page.
Speaking of, I never checked these books. Please let this be a Jack Kirby autograph.
No, I just picked up a small collection, maybe a short box full. And I haven't bought much lately as far as new purchases, but I did pick up a French variant of a book. Let me go get it. Let's journey over to the stuff.
By French, do you mean like a printing of actual French comic?
I mean, an American. Let me pull this baby out.
Where did Andy go?
Yeah.
He probably ran off. Look at this.
Oh, no.
So this is
Nice.
Ultimatum number 1, the 1 in 100 David Finch variant. But to be even rarer, more rare, most rarest, this baby is from France.
Vive la France.
Yes,
Sell
indeed.
French, though. He loves anything French.
Bonjour. So if this is a 1 in 100 in America, what do you think this is in France?
Do they even read comic books in France?
Yo no say.
No, you just have to find that French person that totally wants it.
I always got to go back.
No, man. This is
Like
there's
German
about
names.
There's only about 10 modern books that I want, and this is one of them.
Nice. Let's go that way again. Since
Yeah, he'll be back.
Darn it.
It's
No
okay. He'll be
Kirby
back.
autograph.
It's okay.
it's okay, my friend.
I
Let's see, what else?
tried.
Dennis, are you gonna be setting up at that show in a couple weeks if they still have it?
I am not. I'm going to walk around a little bit, so I will be here. But
He didn't say it.
no, I'll be back. Oh, look at that! Ooh.
By the way, I just saw Hicks and Gracie in a movie.
What'd you watch? Red Belt or something like that?
Nah,
No, what was he in? He was
Iron Man.
in Iron Man. He was
Yeah.
doing breathing.
The Incredible Hulk.
Yeah. Oh, hey, he's back. Let me see.
Incredible Hulk was
Let me,
such a much. Well, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah,
I
next
loved
week
that
we'll talk
movie.
about that.
I really love the Incredible Hulk.
here we go. Hey, can you see all that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that is a first
So-
appearance of Vigilante right there.
There's the first
And-
vigilante.
And Cheshire.
Right. Let's see. Oh, what do you see right there?
And he's the Titans guy. That book is
Judas
the Judas.
contract.
Oh,
this
okay.
thing is fancy fresh.
No.
Oh,
Andy.
Mhm.
fancy fresh.
With,
Yeah.
with that super collar on Nightwing right there.
That's the best. I love that collar. I think that is like a fine wine. That costume gets better with age.
Yeah, that's a Iron Fist costume, right?
Yeah,
I can
that's the book
appreciate
I
it.
want to eventually get.
I think
Oh,
the
and
collar
I
should have been
noticed-
bigger.
Your
And
Nightwing statues, do they have collars or no? Or are they more of the?
I think Tweeterhead hopefully will bring out the
Oh, Tweeterhead.
Oh.
collar because I will buy it. It's got to go with the Titans line.
Sergeant.
Yeah, most definitely.
The most
And,
underrated freaking series right there. No one ever
Yeah.
buys it. It's so
Yeah.
good.
and then there's this fancy thing that part of the lot that I picked up.
Dude, I
Nice.
love some plastic, man.
This is a fabulous book, man. It really is. Let's see what else was in this lot. Oh, here we go.
I think Plastic Man is incredibly underrated, like the older stuff.
Maybe you can see this is the reprint.
Oh, awesome.
So this was made the same year that the original was made. We open up. I don't know
Yeah,
how
yeah.
well you can see it, but it says right here, copyright 1977.
Looks like Luke's dead.
There's no autograph in this section, so we lost out on that.
I can sign it for you.
Can you?
The Star Wars
Um,
stuff had so many printings.
Yeah.
The first 3 or 4 issues, just because the demand was just so
Just through the roof.
unreal.
And this actually, these ones that were in the, this obviously has got the traditional Marvel chipping, but these 3 Teen Titans and Tales of the Teen Titans are all 9.4s, 9.6s easily.
Nice.
I love those. A lot of
This Sergeant Fury is fairly clean for a Fury book for a 12 center. This is in pretty decent shape. Doesn't have any chipping anywhere. And I don't know if you can see this or not, since we're talking books and stuff. But this is a Super Comics. I don't know how well
Yeah.
it's picking up. So it says Super Comics. This is not a DC book. It's a Super
No,
Comics,
he wasn't DC.
right? Well, and how many people confuse that though?
I had no idea.
Right? There you go. There's one right there. Boom.
I'm here for my
No,
looks.
DC bought a bunch of people's properties.
Here we go. So here's
Yeah,
a 12-cent Batman.
I think they acquired the Plastic Man about the same time they acquired Shazam or Captain Marvel.
Right?
And that was Foster.
And this has a date stamp on it, but you can't see what year because the actual year, like it says
Right.
December 2, and then it goes into the bat itself. So I lost that. But it's intact. The staples are a little loose. But, it's an intact sub 200 12-cent Batman. I got a couple of these Atlas comics,
Those were hot for a little bit.
and these were hot for a minute. That's right.
Mhm.
There's a Howard. And then I got a stack of these Star Wars. They're
I like those.
Yeah.
That Marvel run of those.
I think
They're
I need to get
stickers.
back into that run because I just picked up a #1 at this place called Bonafide over the weekend.
I was
Did you?
And
Yeah.
well, if
the
you
one
need
that I was
some
gonna
of these,
submit. I was gonna submit it, and Will was like, "I need that," but I was like, "Well, there it
Yeah.
is."
well, here's
dude, my copy
here's
is so
here's
beat.
some. Then there's a generic Hulk book. 185. Nothing special about it. It probably would grade it about a 6. No signature down here. Huh?
I said, but it looks
Fine.
good.
Now check this out. This
That's
is
Neil Adams?
Oh, it's a Whitman variant.
This is
oh,
a
I want
Whitman.
that. Give me that.
How about that?
Give me that book.
All right, you
I
got
like
it.
Whitman's.
I collect Whitman variants, and I've never
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
that one in a Whitman. The Neil
Right.
Adams chain breaking.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
that's
So
different.
it's,
How many different chain breakers did he have?
That's his only other one.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not the iconic one, but that one just looks good.
yeah. But this is an Art Adams cover. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, it's
No.
Art.
The Neil
With
Adams.
Neil Adams, yeah.
Yeah,
I thought it
it's
was Neil.
definitely Neil.
Oh no, there is a Neil.
Yeah,
I
it's
totally
Neil
jumped the gun.
Adams. I know that for a
I
fact.
I saw that first A and thought it was saying Art. That's my fault. I'm trying to look around my phone.
Yeah,
He-
Art is
fine, so it was
extremely
Art.
like.
Yeah, Art Adams is like 90 or like late
Yeah.
80s, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
Copper
yeah.
and
This is probably just some generic stuff that I picked up for half price. Or I bought 2 of these, and I sold one of them when it was hot about 3 weeks ago for about $30.
I mean, like you can see the influence of like Jim Lee. Like Adams influenced a lot of those 90s guys
Yeah.
big time.
I picked up 4 of these Thor number 4s. I sold 2 of them pretty quickly. I've kept the other 2.
And what's special about that one?
Black Winter.
Yeah, the brown
Johnny
winter.
Cates.
What were we going to talk about?
The winter of color.
Yeah.
I picked up this God of Thunder number 5,
Little Butcher.
which is an early Butcher. And I don't know if it's the Butcher.
I think it is first God Butcher, isn't it?
I don't know if it's the first God Butcher or if it was the first sword. I forget.
No, I don't know. I thought they were the same. Heck, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
I sent
picked
one off
up-
from Billy, right? Will, did I send you off one?
I picked up a couple of Strange Academies variant covers. And this one's okay. But have you guys seen the Virgin version of this? It is fabulous. It's beautiful. So it's not going to have any of that on there. It's
Another
just
good trade dressing.
But I mean, the middle is just says Strange
Yeah.
Academy. What, like, it ain't gonna make that much of a difference, is it?
no, but it's just this. Whoever did this cover, just did a fabulous job. This
Looks
is a
like
great
that guy who did Teen Titans for the longest time. I can't think of his name.
It almost looks
It looks
like
like Campbell.
It says
Yeah.
J. Scott Campbell right on the
Yeah,
front.
it does look like Campbell.
That's J. Scott.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
Campbell.
that is a So this is a Campbell cover, and I'm typically not a big fan
That
of
was
him.
my first thought because of the way the women look.
Yeah, I thought it was Campbell, but I was like, no one. I mean, I guess I hadn't seen that one yet. So I was
Yeah.
like,
No, yeah, this is so. There's a Virgin version of this, and it's beautiful. Sometimes Virgins are great, and sometimes they're not. Hey, wait, let me rephrase that. They're always great. Let me see. So let me migrate over here. So here's this stack of Superboys. There's a 12-cent Superboy. There's 2 set of them.
Superboy.
This one's got a little bit of ink on it. You can see it or not, but somebody drew on it. But I don't know how you guys feel, but I love the stamps that they put on them. So this is from the B&B store in Narrows, Virginia.
mm-hmm.
How cool is that?
The best is when you find old receipts in them.
Yeah.
You know what?
Paid
I
for it.
found a bunch of old receipts and
I
there
love
was a
it.
stack of books where of course this was X-Men, but there was somebody here in town. There was a receipt, like they went here and bought 5 copies of X-Men 1, then went to the next store and bought like 6 copies of X-Men 1.
That's awesome.
B&D, they hit I guess a place called Dusty Corner. They hit another place, and the receipt for every single one of those was
Do you
tucked
remember
in the-
Dusty Corner?
No, I wasn't in this town when Dusty Corner
Oh,
was.
is that right? Yeah, I've got some Dusty Corner stuff. So here's a 12-cent Detective, and it's got the date stamp on it. What is that, February? But
Billy, you're the detective guy. Come on.
there we go. And then I got
In regards to
That was a good detective. That was a Blockbuster cover.
which one?
The detective.
Oh, the 12-cent one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see. There was something else in here of merit. I gotta find it. And then the rest of it was just fodder. But this is all the stuff I got out of this one lot.
That's Brave and the Bold. That ain't fodder.
love me some Brave and
Well,
Bold.
yeah, but I guess can you see that at all?
Got a nice crease on that corner.
Yeah.
Straighten that bad boy out.
I can press it and fix
I think I can still read it.
Oh yeah, I know you can read
I
it.
don't
Yeah,
think you can read it like that.
yeah. Let's see. No autograph. No autograph. No autograph. Wouldn't that be cool if we were doing this and I found some fresh autograph? That would make the show, right?
I found a Vest autograph on a insert poster for
Yeah.
I think the rest of these. Yeah, the rest of these are that. Okay. And then the remaining 12 or 15 of these books are over here. Here's this tech. Here's this Tom
Was that the
Jerry.
Batman movie right there that I saw?
A what?
Batman the movie? Or did I myself? No.
No. So there's
like
the
a brave
tech,
little Batman.
right?
Oh, Super was cool.
Oh, so there was a short run of these Teen Titans. 20.
I always like that cover.
22.
Oh, I love that cover. That's a great cover. Hold that up. Hold that up and just show George Perez.
the Master.
How's that glare?
I think it's first Blackfire too.
Her name is Blackfire. Yeah, right there.
Yeah. Star's sister.
I just love that. I love that cover. That's one of my favorite New Teen Titans covers. Because look,
Is it really?
like she's got her captured. She's like torturing her sister, and then the rest of the Titans are just floating out in space. Like, yep, you're showing how bad B she is. Like, yep.
And this thing, I just got this last week. This lot, maybe a week and a half ago, and I haven't even taken these out of these. I mean, this bag's probably 40 years old because it's yellow.
I love that book.
It's got a little bit of a spine roll, but it doesn't have any color breaks in it that I can see. They may have one.
That's a good one, man. I think it's first Blackfire.
Yeah.
I miss the days where they used to use chains to like lock people down.
That's first Terra. That's first Terra.
Right here. Yeah.
Yep. And that's like, I love that cover.
This is okay.
No, that's first Terra. No, the other one you had.
This is 26.
Terra. Yeah, that's first Terra.
Even though this says introducing Terra.
Yeah, because that's when she just becomes like part of the team or whatever.
Okay, fair enough. Looks like Andy needs a whole bunch of these books, huh?
Oh, Andy's got his 9.8 set.
Do you want me? Do you want me to pull it out? No.
No, heck no. You don't. I don't want you to make me feel bad. 28.
I'm still in awe that he was able to pull it off. I thought it was going to take him.
It took me a long time.
Right. Who's Wonder Girl?
That's what we just need to have an episode if you want to, and I'll showcase it or something.
Who is Wonder Girl Part 3? Oh, here we go. Here's you some flash. I sent you. So here's a 265 that's 50 cent. Yeah. And then here's 270, which would be 5 issues later, but it's only 40 cent.
They went up pretty quick.
No, but that's going down.
Yeah, that dropped it down.
Oh, wait, what?
Wrong direction. It's a good thing your wife's got a good job.
What number is they going? Like, what are the numbers going up?
265. 5 issues later, 270.
Oh, is it more pages than the other one?
I think it's more pages than the first one.
Let's see. 44 pages, all new.
And I think the standard comic was
32. A standard book is 32. And this thing is a mangled mess. It's not even worth looking at. And then we got into some
Boy Rogers and Trigger.
Oh, yeah.
Rogers Trigger.
It's not Gunsmoke 1. I don't care.
Well, here it is. Here's Gunsmoke something else.
You just want the log cover.
No, who doesn't want the log cover? Lost in Space.
That's log cover.
All about the wood, baby.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
All about the wood. There's another Lost in Space. I never even seen these before. Innovation brand.
Awesome.
And then whatever this thing. Look, this thing is in a 3-ring binder.
I love it. Art trade.
But it's number 1, and it is post comic code. And then here's a Porky Pig.
Porky.
It's 10 cent Dell. Oh, this one I found very appealing. I kind of dig that.
Mowgli. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right? But this is number 487 as a 10 center.
It's probably a Dell 4-color is what it is.
Right. But just the fact that it's a 10-cent 4-color, that's number 487.
Color ran and
But
like
the 10-cent books were from
I want to say
30,
color had
38 or whatever
thousands.
the
Yeah, hang on and I'll pull it out.
50s, and so I mean,
Now check this baby out.
The brain.
The brain.
The brain.
is that Harvey? What publication is that?
IW.
A top quality comic. Hang on, I'll give me 5 seconds. We'll peel it out of the upside down bag because they put it in the bag upside down.
I hate upside down bags.
That always rubs me the wrong way.
Well, let's look at the books. Well, you can get a big bullwhip if you need one. Pocket transistor radio.
That's where Indiana Jones got his.
I'll go across the bottom. If you guys can see a number before I can.
IW Enterprises. That's what it says.
Yeah, I just don't see
what
a
else
date
they
on it.
published.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. IW.
It was printed in the USA.
It doesn't sound familiar. I mean, I've probably come across them. I just never.
Well, if I
They have a
go through
bunch
this
of, like,
baby,
the oddball stuff like
Well, there was so
Super
much
Comics.
back in Golden Age. Well, people don't realize, but there were more books printed in the Golden Age than there ever has been.
oh, that's right.
Like
They just
each like a lot of those books were like printed like millions of copies, and
that's right.
they've just been burned and rid of over the years.
I'm looking at my app, and it only shows 2 books, but oddly enough, it shows issue 3 and issue 6
For the brain,
for the brain. And
this is number 4.
they were 1959.
If you're looking at CLZ though, sometimes with books like that, it requires somebody else to submit the information.
Yeah.
And when you
What are you looking under?
That was for CLZ.
Go to Comic Book Realm, REALM.
Well, I can't because I'm lazy.
Oh, okay. Well, at least you're honest.
And there's
All
an
right,
adventure. There's an adventure.
That's why
Yeah.
I have a beard right now because I'm
From
lazy.
Legion.
So here's the last couple that were worthwhile out of this
Yeah,
lot.
there's from Legion.
So this is Adventure Comics, which is Superboy and the Legion, right?
Both of them.
So check this out. It's 12 center, but it's number 323, 333. What is that? 323, 333. But it's post Comics Code era. And it's in a Ziploc bag because that's what you do. You put them in Ziploc bags,
Yeah.
right?
That way you can put it in your freezer. You're fine.
Uh-huh.
No freezer
And
burn.
I have no idea outside of Superboy. I have no idea who any of these people.
That's Cosmic Girl.
You say that like I was supposed to know.
If you say it loud enough, you'll know.
Yeah, scream it a little bit louder. Right?
Read some Legion.
The only one that matters to me is Matter Eater Lad.
And then this is an
Or
adventure.
Saturn Girl. Sorry, I didn't even say it right. Sorry.
See,
Saturn.
how you go yell at somebody and then be wrong?
Look, if you knew how many Legionnaires there were,
There's some crazy Legionnaires.
Oh, I know.
There are like a billion of them though.
That's
And
a lot.
then there's Supergirl, the heroin addict. Look how long it took y'all to get that.
Yeah.
I just shook my head. You just
Yeah.
didn't see it.
Then here's a little bit later Tech.
Oh, yeah.
And this isn't in too bad a shape. It's probably a 6. It's got some spine breaks and some rub right there on the black.
still good for reading.
Hey, stop rubbing your book.
Creepy
Oh, no,
character,
that's right.
mannequin. It's that creepy. I always like that cover. I hate the penguin.
Well,
I
oh,
hate
yeah.
the penguin, and I love that cover.
Mm-hmm.
Pingy babe.
This is a good cover.
What's that between his legs?
I think it's a
Wouldn't-
pterodactyl or something.
Wouldn't you like to know?
No, I really don't. Terry. It's Terry. Pterodactyl.
Pterodactyl. And then the rest of it that I got out of this lot was just junk. There's some booster gold in here.
Gold.
Here's a couple of
Those X-Men classics.
yeah, but I think I got the Hughes covers.
That's what I was gonna say. What? That's early Hughes.
Yeah, this is a Hughes cover, right? And it's pretty clean,
That's before he only had AH exclamation point.
right? And then there's this baby. What's this?
It's a comic book of some sort.
What is it? It's a first Reavers. First issue of the Reavers. But this thing is flipping mangled. I thought I had a good book right here until I looked at the spine. And then here's probably the most popular Adam Hughes cover for the X-Men Classic run.
That's nice.
Yeah.
It's Phoenix herself.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and then this was in here, but what's the significance of this? Who can tell me?
Well, both of them went to the restroom.
Oh, did they really?
Huh?
All right. So what's the
I have no
significance of
idea.
that? You don't know? We'll wait till they get back because one of them will just pipe on.
Wait, is that the black suit Spider-Man one?
There you go.
Look at me and my pretty face knowing something.
All right. Let's do some digging. Look at that.
No, the concept was a concept art. Is that what they called it?
So yeah. I think the rest of this is just hot garbage. There's like 6 X-Force number 1s and Camelot. Here's an Iron Man 101.
If you ever find X-Force 116, I need that.
Super Friends. Remember watching the Super Friends as a kid?
I loved the Super Friends back when I was a kid.
Yeah.
That was so awesome back in the day.
A couple of Frankensteins, a Crossfire, Secret Origins book. About a half a dozen Marvel Age books. A couple of Green Lanterns, Green Lantern, Green Arrows. If you're interested in any of them.
Are you selling these online by any chance?
Not yet, because as you can see, because they're still in Ziploc bags and such.
I was able to follow you.
I mean, if you're interested in something, of course you can.
The Instagram.
Yeah. If you are interested, you
I
can.
just went and grabbed my box of stuff that I picked up last weekend.
Oh.
All right. I got a job for you. What's the significance of this?
I know what it is. Do you want me to spoil it, or
I got lucky and guessed it.
I mean, I know what
you have to wait till Bill.
Spider-Man prototype costume.
There you go. Ding ding ding.
Billy. Ding 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 ding.
Ding ding
Black
ding
costume.
ding. Right. The black costume. Here, we'll do it again. We'll visit it really quick one more time.
There it is. There it is.
But you know what I have is personally, I've got there are people trying to justify that as a first appearance, and I just don't see it. I mean, I just don't.
Well, I mean,
somebody wants to pay for it, go for it.
No, that's right. I tell you what.
Published.
When Tim, so that's my pickups for the past month. Is I got this one little lot with this, in a pet crate, right?
you gotta have the milk crate,
right? And
Those are the best.
let me switch my view backwards.
Yeah, your legs are amazing.
Here we go. All right, I'm back.
Oh, is that the?
Right.
Oh, I love that one. That's the voodoo doll.
I am not a Superman guy.
Nice.
But when
You
Andy
saw
pulled
that
this
one.
out, I was like, you know what? I kind of gotta have this.
Was that Cardi? I couldn't remember.
This, I believe, is I mean, it's barely hanging on for life on the staples, but I tell you what, this it looks like Cardi, but I don't see. DC was horrible at this in this time period at crediting the cover artists. I think Adams was really the first one that started doing that.
You should usually see NC on the cover. That little NC did. Let's see.
Here's my Star Wars one.
Oh,
That's a good book.
It was a pretty one.
That's a good one.
He pulled it out of my submit stack. He said, "I need
then,
that."
Of course, you got these early Captain Americas. I am so close to finishing this run. I can taste it.
Good for you.
Crap, did I get the 109? Yep. Picked up that one.
Nice.
I bought that at the last show that you two had a end cap at, and I paid $70 for that.
This book can be. Sometimes you can find it cheap, and sometimes it's really kind of caught on here.
Yeah.
Marvel Team Ups. That's a pet run of mine. That Marvel Team Up and Brave and the Bold. When I was younger, I always kind of got the feeling you got more book, because it's kind of like team books. You get more heroes, therefore more action.
Well, I got a bunch of team ups. If you need something in particular.
You got the first print, the reprint.
I've got the first. I don't know if this is the first print because it's got the
barcode only.
That's like a 12th print, and then I got the two other reprints.
Does it have the reprint on the little side, the side loop?
That one on your left is probably a first print.
This one does not. It's got the blank, but it doesn't have the reprint up top. The other two do say reprints. I thought I did have a first one, but no.
Where do they say reprint?
Right beside loot.
Here's a Todd McFarlane Conan.
Let's see. You see it right there?
In the same place that mine said it? Yeah.
Yeah,
that's right. Exact same place.
Identical.
And is that the barcode?
Yeah. No, where the reprint said reprint on it.
You showed it.
Dr. Phosphorus.
Dr. Phosphorus.
Oh, that is a Dr. Phosphorus. Yeah, that's cool right there.
Alice Cooper's in the house.
That's a great one.
Another one of these.
Yeah, mine is off getting graded right now.
I love this book for some reason. Maybe it's because of his appearance on Wayne's World. Maybe that's what did it. Master Kung Fu, the first appearance of Blackjack Tar.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, bro. Have what's the other Kung Fu? Richard
Dragon.
Richard Dragon, dude. That thing has taken off.
Yep. And
that was always such an undervalued book anyway.
That's a $40 book right now.
That's probably where it should have been a long time. Lady Shiva is a great book.
Check this out. I mean,
that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
The Soul Strangler.
Mm-hmm.
It's like little horns on his head.
I thought I did.
I miss this era so bad.
That's a great run, dude. This is
just a really cool Batgirl cover.
Are these all the ones you picked up here?
No, this is stuff that I picked up at Collector's Lair.
When's the last time you went there?
A couple weeks. Last week actually. I got a Conan 12.
I don't even remember what he picked up here. I was like, yeah.
Conan 10.
Heck, you might have got those from me.
I realized that I haven't had another 10, but I'd already put this in my buy pile.
Sure.
Clive Barker's Hellraiser.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
You got that at Collector's Lair?
Yeah.
Which one? North or south?
It would be the one by me over near Benton.
So south.
This is a nice clean copy of this.
Did you go digging through those stacks of books they have sitting?
I used to be an employee of the Collector's Lair in Lynchburg.
So
there are certain benefits and privileges.
I hate you. They have got that stack just sitting there. It's been sitting there for a stinking month and a half, man.
That's how everything is in Lynchburg.
Do what?
That's how everything is in Lynchburg.
It just sits there and sits there.
They get it wherever it sits. That's where it's going to sit.
Well, but they won't even.
Neil Adams cover.
They won't let you go through it.
No.
Did you get to go through it?
I will confirm nor deny nothing.
So that's a yeah, I get it. But I was like, let me go through this. Well, we have to process it first, so we need to let so and so go through it and find what's worth what. I said, dude, I can do that in 7 minutes.
Yeah, well, that's
it took a week for me to get these priced. This is a really beautiful copy of Shogun Warriors.
I love that.
What number is that?
Number one.
Oh, that is nice. Yeah, that's fabulous.
But
and look, even though it's number one, it's still only 35 cents.
Then this book, I passed up this book when I was little, as being in like teenager. And I regretted it ever since because I never got to read the story. And it has like one of my favorite 90s artists doing the artwork.
Rob Liefeld.
Venom, Death Trap the Vault, Ron Lim.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I tell you what, that's probably a super rare book.
I think I paid $6 for it. And I want to say that's kind of where they had it. Then, of course, I got the like death metal too, with anybody's reading death metal right now, they might have some major character making an appearance here soon.
There's a bunch.
Yeah.
And this book I pick up because
I love that book.
Yeah, I got
all
that
the
book.
reprints.
Every time I see this book, I pick it up.
It
and
sells for quite a bit.
No, that's a good book. That's a good $20 bill. Easy. That's an all-day $20 bill.
Let's see if there's anything else of note in this stack. Nah, that's going to do it for that stack. Previous stack, I picked up something actually, an Adam Hughes.
Previously on the Simply Incredible podcast.
This is an Adam Hughes, maybe not safe for work, Lady Rawhide cover.
Luckily, we're not at work.
I think she's
reaching. Toxic Avenger 1.
Toxie.
I would like to get my hands on a Man-Thing one.
I've got one somewhere.
Do you really?
Yeah. It might be in my. I'll stop there.
The Rocky Horror Picture Show.
No, but hold on. I think it's right here, actually.
Of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. And black covers done by Caliber in the 80s. These are in surprisingly good shape.
Good for you.
Which this was The Crow, but you know what? I'll take Rocky Horror.
Heck yeah.
It's beat, Dennis.
Is it?
Do you care?
Depends on how beat.
Well, I have $6. I have $6 on it, so.
Oh, look at that. That's awesome.
I was right from the store stock or at the show stock.
That is the 80s. There should be one series before that as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know which one.
But that might be. Did Man-Thing have a titled Man-Thing series?
He had something before that, and the cover was a little different.
He did. There was another Man-Thing. I couldn't remember which one.
Then he was. It was a Fear or Adventure into Fear.
I thought I had the other one too somewhere.
Yeah.
But I've got several of those Fears, and I've got his first appearance in comics. I got a couple of those, but I don't have his first magazine appearance, like his true first appearance.
Yeah, what is that?
It's
wait.
Man-Thing, a first appearance.
It's in a magazine, right?
Yeah, it's a magazine. It's an odd magazine too.
Epic? No. I should know this.
Daryl,
if I saw the cover, I'd know it. That's how sometimes I know things.
Daryl, you're in front of a computer. Look it up.
Visual. I'll look it up.
The rest of us are not.
It's got zombie on the front.
Yeah. Yeah, but he's got a different Man-Thing one.
Savage Tales magazine.
Savage Tales 1.
Yeah, and it should.
Yep. That's where, like, if someone showed me the cover, I'd be like, oh, yeah, that's first Man-Thing. But trying to call it out, it's horrible.
Yeah, that other number one that he is in, he takes up more of the cover, and then there's just a little bit less.
I probably have that one somewhere, too.
Yeah.
There it is. Yeah, that's a great looking cover, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the one where he's holding the head. Yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah, with Conan the Barber.
Yeah.
Oh, personal stuff I got.
Managed to get a copy of this.
The Fighting.
Oh, the Walmart
Page Giant.
Walmart variant?
Yeah.
Yeah, these things are pretty hard to get.
Isn't it amazing how some of those Walmart books are worth $80 and $100 and the other ones aren't worth a quarter?
Yeah. Well, I'm just a sucker for Joe Kubert, and this is a Joe Kubert cover, so I had to have it.
Oh, Joe!
Ricky presented me that for my birthday.
A couple of my pickups.
Oh, that's the DC logo stuff, right?
Is that the Batman?
That my
Is that
buddy.
super dark? Hey, go back to that Batman. Go back one.
This one. It's the all black and then the DC universe.
So, that's the DC universe. Yeah.
Yeah, these are all the DC.
I've got one that you can really see the color come out of that black cover. And I don't know if it's a printing error, or if they didn't get enough black on it, or if they colored it first and then put a black over top of it. But then my other one is like that. It's just all black. Those are all
DC universe logos I picked up.
Yeah, that's important detail right there.
The detail.
I've been reading. Somehow I did not read this when it came out, but this Ryan Soot cover is absolutely.
I think I just fell in love. Actually, I haven't even seen that.
No, yeah, that's fabulous.
Like, he's done some amazing covers in the past, and I was just like, "How have I not ever picked this up?" And I started.
When did that come out? See if that came out.
New 52. So what was that? Like 2000?
2011 to 16, somewhere.
12.
2011.
12. Yeah. Okay. Because
that cover.
I thought they did that at the same time. Alex Ross was doing the Justice Society.
It was right before he came back alive, right? Because that was during the Blackest Night, where he became human again or whatever.
I just think Deadman's a fascinating character.
Oh, Will, I found this one after you left. I was like digging through the St. Sergeant Furies. How cool is that one? The origin of his iPad, how he got off his eye.
Nice. What number is that?
27.
Let me see what number I have.
That's pretty cool. But
he grabs that grenade, that live grenade, spoilers, and chucks it, and as he's throwing it away from his guys, blows up in his face.
This one's 52. You mean it wasn't,
folks? He doesn't get scratched by a cat.
It wasn't from a cat.
Oh.
It wasn't from a cat.
You cannot tell me that
Wars happen. Wars happen, people.
I'll tell you, it's, something in my mind won't let me enjoy
read this
Fury
one
more than I do Rock.
Pretty good one shot. What was great about this one shot is it had so many stories in it, and it had the the Robin King.
Why aren't you wearing gloves touching that?
Oh, I know. But my gosh. Bruce Wayne that becomes Robin King is like the worst person. Remember, like Damien? Was it Damien from? Or no? Who was the kid from like The Good Son?
Now you got to be careful because you can actually spoil this. So.
Oh, okay. Well, there's no spoilers. Okay, well,
spoil away.
What do you mean spoiling it?
Well, I mean, if there's any surprises or twists, because the book literally just came out.
Oh, you haven't read it?
No.
Well, I mean, I just say a Robin King is a garbage person. He's just like a little. I mean, he's a serial killer, basically. He's Bruce. It's like so. You know how everyone was like, "Oh, the Batman Who Laughs is the worst Bruce Wayne ever." No, Robin King is the absolute worst Bruce Wayne ever. He's the Dark Dimension Bruce Wayne who. Spoilers. 3, 2, 1. Earmuffs. He kills his parents and kills Alfred.
La 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 la.
Oh, you talk about the Batman Who Laughs. I won.
And then I picked this one up recently just because I really want. I love Beast. I love Hank McCoy, and I
think that's a great cover.
I just had to read it because I'd never read it before. So
For the Life of a Mutant. Yeah, really.
It was a pretty good fight. You know, this is also the death of spoilers. It's the death of Mimic.
All right.
Then obviously he's come back.
You don't have to worry about spoiler.
He's come back since then. But
if it's 3 days old, you worry about spoiler.
But that's why Beast can fight Hulk in this book is because Mimic is like absorbing his powers. Hulk's powers.
Mimic.
Like he's like his mutant ability has gotten so strong that just from like he's just absorbing people's powers from range. And Hulk is getting weak and sick. He's like, why am I getting sick? And then Beast fights him. It was a good read. I'd never read it before.
Here's something I just picked up.
Uh-oh.
Oh, some...
An
I need
accordion.
to order that.
There it is. There it is.
What's special about this one? The what's the special edition this time? Did he do anything?
Black and white.
I don't know which one's the special edition. Oh, there it is. Yeah, the black. No, the color one is the special edition. There you go.
I need to order that. My God, how did I miss that?
Limited edition might be sold out. I have issue 8 of 25.
I'll make him draw me another one.
And here's my big pickup recently. I've been looking for this for probably over 2 years. I could not find one.
That's a long time.
Yes. I'm a huge Russ Heath fan, and the first time it came up, I had to get it.
Nice.
Astonishing 8. It's just one of my favorite Russ Heath horror books.
Yeah.
You can see it. He's just got the guy, and he's just drowning the dude in water, and just the guy's face is like, I don't know if you can pick it up.
Yeah, we're seeing it pretty good right now.
And then he's got these like cult-like people in the background just watching it.
That's awesome.
It's absolutely insane.
That is awesome.
And the color, Russ Heath was a master of inking
Christie's horror
shadows.
Truly great stuff.
I've been looking for it for a long time. I could never find one. It never popped up. It finally did.
Nice. What else you got?
What you gonna show what you got from me?
What's that?
The books you got?
Where?
I showed the cap, and I showed the Star Wars.
MNP.
What else? Oh yeah, I picked up one of these cool fireside books.
Mm-hmm.
I do love this stuff. This is like some of the first trade paperbacks, and this one is, of course, the Doctor Strange one. I still the two that I'm really chasing right now still need Son of Origins and Origins of Marvel Comics. I've got Bring On the Bad Guys. Of course, I've added to my Sergeant Rock run. I may or may not have these, but I always pick them up because some people try selling these things at some pretty crazy prices. But again, it is something about Joe Kubert art. I tell you,
no, that's good stuff.
That just stands out. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
This is Kubert. But his facial emotion and everything. Then more Captain Americas.
Excellent.
I'm getting all of this.
How close are you to finishing that run? What do you need?
I want to say I should only need a handful of issues past 120. Then of course I'd like to upgrade my 100, but
Dennis, hang on to that book.
Okay, I won't let go of it.
Bad boy out
Ever.
This stuff is like
album issue.
Yeah, and if you'll notice here, I got to make an informed decision because when people go through their books, they let you know stuff like the centerfold is detached at the top staple, which to me, I just wanted the copy of the book, and of course the price on it was fantastic. But this is the difference between a dealer that pays attention to what they're doing and other people that just buy their book and cram it in a bag. Yep. And then here's a nice copy of 115.
Oh, I've got one of those. Mine's not in very good shape. I love that cover, that Red Skull. Dennis, what was that book that you were just holding up?
This Teen Titans?
No.
Number 2 that I just got out of the press?
No.
It's Star Wars.
Oh, this.
I literally said no. That's not the one.
Oh, this.
That, yes, I want that.
Yeah, I bet. Look at how crispy.
I cannot find one for a good price.
Well, you
That's
won't
got
find
other
this one.
white spots.
Hell, I gave my cousin mine.
Did you really?
Yeah, he's a big Boba Fett fan.
Look
He's
at
my
all those
cousin.
white spots. That's no good.
The nerve of this thing.
I
Gave me this.
found mine in the estate sale, and I was like, "Here."
Yeah.
Dang.
I was most impressed with the interior art of this Teen Titans. This is number
George
2.
Perez.
Yeah.
Like it is.
Well,
It's
freaking,
you know,
going crazy.
I think that I'm talking more about this first page.
It's beautiful.
Right? Look at
Well,
that.
it was the Baxter, wasn't it? That was the Baxter printing too. So like, a color
yeah.
freaking pop on those pages.
Yeah, look at I don't know how well you can see it, but look at the detail in that. And
That
it's
first run, like they were just showing off because I guess the Baxter printings, they were just like, let's see how much we can just go off on this. Show what
this is just fabulous interior art.
You guys have never read that run?
I'm trying to do it without licking my finger to get the next page.
It's the second New Titans.
Lick your
run.
fingers.
Yeah.
It's
Like that lady that was doing the thing for the CDC for the coronavirus. Don't touch your face. And then she touches her face.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at all this. This is fabulous. It's kind of a mix between stencil or just the pencils.
Because
and
they're
somehow
the trigon like dimension.
Yeah. So it's it's a bit of a penciled view.
Beautiful.
But then, you get to page 4 and then it segues into what we're traditionally accustomed to in the more modern age. But I like this book for the sole purpose of this first page.
Trigon.
That splash page right there is fabulous. But I just got this thing out of the press and I was taking a look at it. I've still got a couple of little pieces that I can't quite get out, and it's been irritating me. So while Billy was showing off, I was trying to look at a book from my press, and then Daryl.
What was it? Well, he was looking for something else that he was about for another cap.
I found the Captain America Kirby books that I was missing.
Ah, the Kirbys.
Yeah, like he came back for a brief time in the late 100s.
Mm-hmm.
After he had made his dash to DC, and gave us a few more Captain America issues, and this one here I love.
That's the big one. That's the one he comes back. Yeah, when you told me you needed that one, I was like, "Well, I got a pretty one."
Yeah, and I'm glad because, like I say, the copy that I had found prior, was kind of beat up, and then of course going through my collection and everything, some books, obviously I'm satisfied with everything, but then there's some books it's like, man, why did I get this?
Did you already have it?
I had it, but the one I had, like the Star Wars, if I showed you the Star Wars one that I've got versus the one that I got from you, you would totally understand why I got the Star Wars one. And the Kirby Mad Bomb, strangely enough, that book is somewhat hard to find.
Which one?
You look at how long I've been working on a cap run, and the only copy that I've come across is the between Heroes Con and places like that, was kind of a beater. Finally I was like, screw it, I'll just buy this book and fill the hole. And of course I never make a note to continue looking for the book, and then I saw this one. I'm like, okay, it's officially sold.
Let's see, y'all are showing books. I'm gonna show some books.
I know, it's show and tell time.
Jeez. If y'all get bored with it, just let me know and I'll stop immediately.
No, I love showing books.
Say, Dennis, I don't know if you saw it.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, isn't that beautiful?
Holy cow.
That's on the way to the CGC. And this one, I just showed that one a little while ago. Which I love this one. Got this from Mr. Bonafide himself.
Right.
What is it?
That was what was that? That Inhumans Black Widow. Was the first cover Black Widow?
Amazing Adventures 1.
Yeah. And one of the first Black Suit Spider-Man.
I'm trying to find one I just picked up.
One of 3.
That is my favorite of the 4
I like that
Black
one
Suit
too.
covers.
Yeah.
There's this one, like the pre-first appearance.
Yeah, you can have that.
Gwenpool. In the pool, oddly enough.
It does nothing for me.
It does everything for you. I just like this one just because I think it's awesome. And McFarlane got sued over it, so that made it even better for me.
What number? Oh, that's number 9. Okay.
That's number 9, yeah. It's the newsstand.
Why did he get sued?
Apparently, there's 3 characters in here that he stole from Neil Gaiman. Well, he didn't give him credit for. How about that? There's this one for some reason. It's going completely insane.
What is it?
Spider-Man 12, the variant cover.
There's a lot of negative space artwork on that. That's probably
It's a beautiful cover, but I mean, is that really a $300 wall book? I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
There, 2 of these.
Hey, man, if somebody will give it to you, then you take it.
There,
That book to me right there is such a sleeper.
What? The silk first silk.
So interesting.
Actually, I have another. That's going to be
my friend pulled a first silk out of my dollar bins one time, and he held it up, and I was like, "Hey, I had it in there. You got it for $1."
Yeah, man. Congratulations.
There you go.
Like that episode of the Chappelle Show, I effed up.
I was like, at that point, I don't care. That was before all the hype too. I was just like, I don't.
Was that the 5th printing, I think, of the first issue 1? I'm not sure which one is issue 2, like a 2nd printing. Yeah, I love them turtles. That might not. It might be.
Seeing what the 3rd printing is doing right now.
That's issue 2. I guess 3rd printing.
Is that an Eastman and Laird?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know who did the cover.
Let me go to my turtle section, my Eastman and Laird section.
I would assume so, because it's from the original run. And then you got the alcohol in the bottle. The demon in the bottle.
Demon in a bottle.
You got to rub it the right way.
Mm-hmm.
The books that I'm going to be sending off most likely. Here's some more most likely. I just love this one. You know.
Yeah.
That's always
the first 10 issues.
That's number 2, right?
Yeah, number 2. Number 3, excuse me, number 3.
Oh, number 2.
I think is Mephisto number 2? Maybe.
That one's a pretty green. I like the green on it.
I just love that cover.
Who is that?
It's Black Cat. I think
Black Cat.
Yeah,
that's
Black Cat. I mean,
yeah.
There's some.
Look at that
Dazzler.
That's
fabulous Dazzler. Good for you.
This one I love. I found this one for I think like $10. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man.
Was it 13?
14.
Is that 13? 14.
Well, yeah, I'll get that. First Enchantress. That's
a good one. I love that book.
No, yeah. That's a great book.
I love all those Strange Adventures.
Yeah. I gotta say I like this one better than the first appearance. Spider-Woman. I think it's a classic.
Doesn't have a little bald swim cap on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got this one from Bonafide there.
Mm-hmm.
The Carol Danvers.
First Carol Danvers.
Mm-hmm. I don't remember where I got this one. I know I got it really, really cheap.
I got a couple of those.
Found this one somewhere really, really cheap.
Yeah, that was me.
I got 2 of those.
Yeah.
Harley Quinn. This is the last issue in the run. Really tough to find.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, that's all I'm gonna say.
That's one of my favorites of that run.
That's beautiful. And some Alex Ross artwork there.
You cannot beat Alex Ross, man.
That is
I
beautiful.
do love his style.
No, you cannot.
I think Jenner hates him though.
All right.
Who does?
I think Jenner does.
Why?
I don't know. It's the
I love Alex Ross because he's such a nerd like us.
Let me try not to make a mess. I picked this one up for $1.
That's the 3rd printing of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
The 3rd printing has shot up recently on Turtles, man, and I don't know why, but
because the other 2 are way too expensive.
They're out of reach.
They're out of the stratospheres. I was like, well, got to pay up for the other ones.
2.
Yep.
And first printings of 3. And eventually these will be getting graded. And first appearance of 4.
Good for you. How much you pay for those? That 3 and 4.
Gosh, honestly, I don't even know. I know it was
$1,000.
Now that
first Casey Jones.
I like that one. I
That
love
Raphael is off the charts right now.
Yeah.
I'd like that one, like myself. That's because Raph's my favorite. Like he's always been my favorite.
Yeah, that thing's off the chart right now.
All right.
I think over on the hot 10 list, it might be number 1 right now. It certainly is top 10.
Huh.
And here's some stuff I picked up for myself.
I think I blew my knee out.
That lad.
Let me find you. There you are.
Last one.
That's awesome.
Just I'm a Cardi fan.
Great looking book.
It's just awesome. And then a beautiful Dick Tracy 34.
Oh, that's cool.
You know, I watched that movie again not too long ago.
Man,
And
the 1994 version?
yeah, where they filmed everything using the same 4 base colors to try to mimic the comics.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was great, wasn't it?
Like all of the reds were the same shade of red, all of the yellows were the same shade of yellow.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was fantastic.
I haven't seen it. I got to watch it sometime.
No, you've never seen it?
I've never seen it.
Dude, that is a great movie.
Donna back in the day, and I was like, I don't want to see her in a
Here's
movie.
the Davis Crippen I picked up full Captain Marvel.
That's pretty
Number
sweet.
71.
That's dope.
Not the
That's the only
coolest
last one,
cover. Not the coolest Captain Marvel cover.
You still got that Black Knight book I need?
Was it the Origin cover?
Yeah, like the Silver Age one. Or no, the maybe it was like
The one shot, like the thick one.
what is
You're not talking the Avengers' first appearance, are you?
No, I'm talking
Dang.
like Marvel superheroes or something.
Yeah, I have that one. I still have that.
Yeah, right.
And then Billy, this was for you.
I love that book.
Oh yeah, that
I
first Grundy.
absolutely love it.
Silver Age Grundy. It's
Silver
Yep.
Age Grundy.
love it. My LCS. I was going through some of his like higher end stuff, and I just pulled. I was like, just put this in my box. I'm gonna get it. Like, I don't even care what you price it. Just put it in there, and I'll pick it up eventually.
You know,
for you.
Dr. Fate, I love him, but he is like all of his books are so hard to read because he's truly confusing. You know, like his history, they've retconned and they've redone and all of this stuff. It's so hard to keep. But I think, like, I remember being a little kid hearing the name Dr. Fate going, that sounds so freaking cool. You know, DC's got some cool sounding stuff. Then, of course, Hour Man, you get your powers for an hour at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, look at these backlashes.
Batlash. I think there was a man bat in one of these, in this pet container. I'm gonna have to go look through that. I swear there was a man bat in this.
See, kids, when you start buying comics that you actually like and not spec on, you just love reading.
What is that? Kiss? Is that Kiss run?
Freaking
Oh, yeah.
The Foom book. You see where they got some Kiss books out right now?
Kiss has a ton of books out.
Yeah, man. And you know what? You said you went over to the Collector's Lair near Vinton. You see all the Red Sonja garbage they've got and all the Vampirella garbage they've got on their variant wall?
Yeah.
they must have somebody that comes in and buys it.
Wait,
I was a
ones?
big fan. I was a big fan of Red Sonja back in the 70s and the 80s when Conan was big.
Mm-hmm.
Because Conan was probably part of the big three.
With Arnold, yeah.
Yeah. Really and truly, Conan was part of Marvel's big three back then.
Grace Jones, yeah.
No, the books.
Oh,
The comic books were enormous.
yeah, we like the movies better.
Dynamite is
yeah,
putting
absolutely.
out like 8 or 9 variants per book.
But that's right. Yeah,
It's-
man, they're
it's
putting out all that
ridiculous
stuff,
what they're doing.
and they've got all that stuff on the wall, and it's just sitting there because they want too much money for it.
I was there like last year, and they had some of those books as like a blue sketch cover or like a red sketch cover or something.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the same ones?
Oh, they had all kinds of them. Just
Yeah, I
tons
was
of them.
like, does nothing for me. I'm
Yeah,
surprised
just
you
all
don't try to
kinds
put that stuff online because there's a lot of guys that'll buy those things just because they're like, oh look, it's a pretty girl on the cover.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they can.
That's why I've got them. I mean, no,
Those dudes have not been affected by the shutdown because they didn't leave their house anyway.
yeah.
I'll keep my mouth shut. I've got a certain opinion on that.
Hey man, I work head first in it. I have a totally different opinion.
I've been right there in it since day one because people got to have the DoorDash, and they've got to have the people that order in DoorDash from have to be able to cook stuff. So
I touch the people
working
that
nonstop.
Yeah, I touch the people that have it. So does my wife. So.
Well, boys, I had a good time. I gotta jump off.
Yeah, I'm not too far away now. We've hit an hour and a half.
No, all right, yeah.
And we're at that sweet spot.
Man bat.
Let's get on and vote for me on Commodores.
What are you doing on Commodores?
What do you mean?
When is it?
When is it? Monday.
Monday.
Yeah.
What time?
7 o'clock.
It's at 9, 8. I think it's usually it's pretty late usually.
Mm. If you ever go back and watch them,
hopefully the categories are in my favor.
Gosh. It made me so mad when I was on it because the first round I had nothing. When they went to the second round, I had everything. I was ready to roll for that. I was like, really? Seriously? Can we switch those rounds?
You gotta skip.
Oh, I remember when you were in that thing, man. That's right.
It was brutal. It was absolutely brutal.
Yeah.
Every time you came back, I was like, no, Daryl, no.
I've got PTSD.
Save yourself.
When I did the couple gories, hell, all the books that won were pages. I was like yeah.
You almost got screwed out of that one.
Oh yeah. Pages, so Will was like, I could see pages just like the.
I knew it. I knew it. The second the twist hit, I was like, "Yep, there is a."
I just went to the bathroom.
There.
Right now. Well, I have a break. That's all right. We made it through.
Yeah. Oh, here's a Teen Titans for you. Hold that thought.
Teen Titans, go!
Oh yeah, it's one of those. Oh, can you see that?
What it is? Let me find my little button right there. That's the wrong person. There it is. Oh, that's it. Gosh.
What number is that?
Hang on. Let me switch my view. I thought maybe
30s or 40s.
That's not first Bumblebee.
Dr. Light cover.
No, it is number 39. Hold that thought. Let me switch this view.
Because I know I've got first Bumblebee.
I have a 39. Did I sell you the Bumblebee?
No, I picked it up someplace. I think they had it. It was like in a dollar bin one time.
That's a good one to children. If you're specking right now, that's a good one to spec on.
Mm-hmm.
Bumblebee.
First appearance of Bumblebee.
No, you're probably right.
I think one is Typhoid Mary.
I think
it's already expensive. I mean,
it's a little bit expensive, but that's one of those things that if they spec on a movie or a TV show, that thing's going to
pick up Bumblebee for cheap, and that's like she's a female African American,
but she's already been on the TV.
She shrinks. I mean, what other character DC has? The Atom. I mean,
yeah.
I think anybody.
And they've already done Ant-Man, so they're like, well, we could always do Bumblebee.
Yeah, but that would look like they were copying Transformers movies, which are already out.
Transformers.
Well, they know Bumblebee's a hot name. They can just like ride on it.
Yeah. You figure out what this thing is?
That's all Cardi. That's beautiful.
Dang it, I did it again.
All right. Let me get you up here.
Yeah. Guys, I've had a great time, but I am about to crash.
All right, old man. Hey, let me know. What did you say you wanted, Marvel Tales or Marvel Team Up?
Team Ups, but I've got to enter all my new stuff in to
see
where I'm standing.
You out, man?
But
yeah, he just did out.
He's out.
That's because if you don't go, you end up still like sitting and chatting. I'm not too far away from hitting the leave myself.
Yeah. Let me know what you're looking for because I've got a stack of them. Maybe I can and move them your way.
I know I just completed the annuals, so I'm done on that. But Team Up, I might just be 1 or 2 issues off of the set right now on Team Up.
Right.
So
nice.
And then I start the wonderful Brave and Bold. I just had to decide if I want to go from the Batman Team Ups up or if I want to travel the whole thing. because that
Right.
does include a certain issue 28.
Yeah.
That's going to be pretty rough.
I've got those two or three Brave and the Bolds over there, so I'll send you some pictures if you are inclined. If they were in that run that you're looking for.
Yeah, I've done pretty good. Like I think the 55 is where like the Batman team ups start, and I've got that, or the team up concept starts, because I think it's one that's like Martian Manhunter and Green Arrow, and I believe that's when it starts.
All right.
And then of course you got all these great Neil Adams covers. I think I've got all of those.
Yeah.
And then it just becomes a matter of plugging in the holes, from 100 to 200.
Yeah.
And yeah, right on.
I'm not trying to complete any runs right now. I picked up this one lot because I picked this one lot up just because I wanted that Plastic Man book. That's all I wanted. Just because it's just so we just, how often do you see Plastic Man?
Go for his earlier appearance in like Police Comics,
right?
And stuff like that. Stuff like that is just so fun to chase because it's such a unicorn or a white whale. Kind of like when Andy was showing off the Astonishing there that he got. It's like when you see it, know it's like I either buy it now or
I'll never see it
for another year,
Yeah.
And I've made that mistake with a couple of books where it's just like you underestimate, especially like 1950 to about 58. I'm sorry, 1950 to about 58 or 59 on DC books. That era there is very, very hard to like track down. Like if you're trying to collect Batman or you're trying to collect, like, look at how much of that stuff that you actually come across. And it is one of those, like, if you see it, you better buy it, type things. Because the 50s, even though books were printed in the millions, certain, like, I want to say, like, Action Comics was probably like a 1.2 million, print run at some point. But very few of those books survived. That was the whole parents throwing their stuff away. Kid gets sent off to Vietnam. Next thing you know, their comics are in the that they had are in the trash.
Yep.
A lot of stuff happened to those 50s. But then of course you had the McCarthyism and Seduction of the Innocent period there that just like devastated the supply of horror comics. And then of course anything crime related, suffered during that period as well. You best get them when you see them because that stuff is drying up.
It is.
And then of course we're not too far away. We're going to start losing to some stuff to time here pretty soon. You look at like all of those, early 30s, prototype books and everything, right on up to your Action One. If they're getting to that age point right now where they're just going to start, disintegrating if you're not careful.
Yeah, I've always wondered what this is a good topic for a big podcast is what happens when they start to disintegrate.
Yeah, I mean that's the whole the brittle pages. You pick it up, and, chunks start falling off.
Yep.
How long will they live inside of encapsulation even through?
Well,
Cgc
I don't think
and Cbcs.
that encapsulation is like encapsulation is good for the protection because it keeps the book stiff and sturdy and protected, so to speak. But at the same time, I've seen like CGC books that like they're just stored wrong. Like I was looking at a first appearance of John Stewart and it said 8.5 and it wasn't an 8.5. You could just tell like this person has had this book stored in some heat. They may have had it up in their attic or whatnot. And it was just, I look at, now granted, people can do what they want with their books. I'm not stating, that but a lot of people are using CG stuff. God, I'm starting to get tired. A lot of people are using CGC stuff as picture frames. And all of these CGC books I see lining people's hallways and walls, it's their property. They can do what they want. I'm not, dissing. But, that's not good for the book.
Yep.
Cool, dark. That's, there's a reason, places like the Library of Congress and stuff store their old materials certain ways.
And very specific humidity.
That's it. Humidity. I've got a dehumidifier that runs down, in my, right now, I keep my humidity levels between 45 and 50%.
Yep.
You drop below 40, that's bad. You go above 60, that's bad.
Yep.
I
keep mine in my basement, but I have a walkout basement. It's finished, but I have a dehumidifier very close, and I keep it at 50% for the very same reason.
That's it. I've got a single window right back there. In fact, you can see it behind those comic boxes there. But that single window, not only does it have a blackout curtain on it, I went and bought UV film and lined the window with it. So any light rays that gets in, it's 99% UV filtered. And of course, down here, it stays, dark all the time. Now, of course, the other point is, you want to enjoy your stuff. And again, that's why I say nothing about how people want to display or whatnot. It kind of sucks to have this, you put money into something, you want to be able to look at it or enjoy it, or, you've got the Wolverine statue, you want the 181 to be behind it. I get it. But, early on, CGC, they warned against UV protection. Now they say they're UV protected. But I've seen a hell of a lot of fade on books.
I always have been a bigger fan of CBCS than CGC for a list of reasons. And Steve Borok's approach to the books themselves is the biggest reason, because his objective is book oriented, just like you said, and they haven't had the best cases every single time they change them, but they certainly change them with the intent of having a better case and the proper way to put it into whatever the material is on the inside. Because, you crack it out, it's still in that.
It's got the microchamber paper and the Mylar and all of that.
Yeah, but I don't think the interior piece is actually Mylar. I think it's something different. But either way, whatever that interior plastic is that they use has some form of UV protection and is made out of something that is to protect the book. He has stated that on a couple of
my
podcasts.
main issue with CBCS, it actually, there was an incident with a book that I had obtained, and it was a CBCS 2.5 of a Silver Age Mega Key. And I was sitting there, and I'd made the trade for the book, and I'm not going to name any names because this isn't the dealer that I traded with. He was perfect in his response, and we settled out. So I definitely don't want it to look negative on it. So I'm just not naming the dealer at all. But I was sitting there looking at it, and I'm like, you know what? Let me save a clean and press, because the case was pretty scuffed. It was a CBCS case. I was like, I might do a clean and press and resub to CGC, to try to get that, $100 difference or whatever. And I scanned the barcode for CBCS, and it came up with restoration. And there was no mention at all anywhere on the label about restoration. And CBCS, when they switched cases that time, some genius there had decided, well, since our grader's notes are free, that we will just put this scan, the QR code on it, where they can just scan that and they can see the grader's notes. There was no differentiation. There was nothing to make you understand that this was a restored book. But there was glue on the spine. It was not purple. It was a universal blue label. And sure enough, when I did that, it's like, holy crap, all of a sudden the value of the book cut in half.
Sure did. Yeah.
And,
no, I get it.
It like there was about a 6-month period where some genius at CBCS had used that reasoning to avoid making notations on the label. And that's why I'm such a CBCS skeptic right now. We unwound the trade, and, I was never mad at the guy. It's like, you always give somebody a chance.
No, and that's not their fault.
That's it. And he had no clue himself.
Yeah, that's
you
not his
know,
fault.
and but sure enough, it's like, okay, first of all, what if you're in like a dead zone? Like the Charlotte Convention Center is not very cell phone friendly when you're at Heroes Con.
Right.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, a lot of dealers have a hard time processing credit cards for that. You can't just scan something every time. So actually, I'll avoid CBCS like the plague. And that was one of the most boneheaded decisions I've ever seen in my life. If
No, and
something is
yeah,
restored, you differentiate.
yeah, and they do. So, I have no fiscal investment in the company or either of them, any more than you do. So I'm not going to argue for them or against them. Somebody messed up, without question.
Well, there's books out there. I did got burned on a 181. You know,
Sure. Yeah, and the same thing can be argued for against CGC as well. There's just as many CGC fucked up and did this, and this as there are CBCS.
the only thing, I guess it's kind of like looking at an eBay user with a positive rating of 30,000. 5 negatives don't stand out as much.
No, that's right. Yeah.
You know, versus
Yeah, and
somebody with a rating of 200, those 5 negatives are going to burn them up.
yeah. And
You
and
know,
CGC still commands a bigger dollar without question. I just personally think Steve Borak in particular, because he founded CGC and then he left there because he didn't agree with some stuff they did. He went to Heritage, then he went to the other place. I just think he as an individual is more concerned with books themselves rather than the people at CBCS or at CGC.
I'm very. We've already said it once once during the episode earlier. I'm very much a by the book, not the number guy.
Yeah.
Because there are some people out there right now with 9.3,
2.
You know, they've got 9.8s that aren't. And
I
got
agree.
9.4s, and everybody's worried about the clean in the press and get the bump. Pressing does nothing. Well, this book here has a natural curvature to it. You can see it running right through the book, right at the spine. A book that is flat as a pancake and pressed doesn't maintain that curve. Like you look at the new books, you can tell. I can look at a pressed book right now and tell that it's been pressed. But there's a monetary investment in pressing. Namely, whatever it costs for the company that CGC, their pressing service. Well, of course, we're not going to disallow pressing because we're doing it.
I agree.
And just like the manufactured collection that now it does look cool, but like the manufactured collectability of the labels. Ooh, now I can get mine with a Venom label for an extra $5.
I hate those things.
Some of it looks nice. I saw he showed a Spider-Man one. I think the Spider-Man one looks nice.
Yeah.
Somebody else did the Wolverine one. I think it's a classic Wolverine pose. I think that looks pretty nice. But at the same time, now we've got people going, oh, this has the Wolverine label, so it should be worth more.
No, yeah, I'm with you.
You are in the business of grading, not manufacturing collectability.
That's right.
I
totally agree with you.
This is where I'm starting to have problems because these newer collectors that are confused or whatnot about like what should I do or how should I do it, they're getting sucked into this.
But if you look at them,
whatever people want, it's not my book. I don't care.
Yeah, their book target is different from yours and mine. Totally different from yours and mine.
Well, you look at the attitudes that have changed, like towards restoration because of this. Restoration used to be a high-end service, and now they get determined. Okay, is this restored or is this conserved?
Yeah,
well,
right.
We're
so
nitpicking now.
Yeah, we have a new term. That's right. We added conserved into the equation.
There's a huge difference in me taking this Sharpie and going boop on the corner just because I'm a 12-year-old kid going, oh, that corner's got a ding on it.
Yep.
And some dude sitting in his basement, with an art gallery saying, this has got scratches and cracks. Yet, because of that damn purple label, everything is looked at the same. There's the autographs and all of this stuff. Everybody looks at it, okay, if this wasn't witnessed, dude, a damn Mike Zeck signature when you see it.
Yep.
What time. It's not my fault. Donnie Cates is like whatever he puts on a book. But there's certain signatures, like you can't look at a Steranko signature and tell me that, oh, that's a fake Steranko. Nobody else is doing that.
You can't fake that much clarity. That's just, I mean, his signature is art.
That's what I'm saying. You look at like Zach Steranko have the best signatures. You know, Todd McFarlane, whether it's the T or the Todd, you can tell a Todd McFarlane signature when you see
Clayton Crane also has a really great signature.
He's a fabulous artist too. I really like him. He is.
I've got his old Ghost Rider series, and he has been underrated. Now, he is just now coming into what he should have had when that series came out.
Yeah, his more modern Spider-Man stuff's exceptional. It's just exceptional. Yeah, but I'm with you. But so you take advantage of the guys and I mean that appropriately. You take advantage of the fact that people want different books, and if I've got a modern book that somebody's willing to give me $3,000 for, that's a modern book, like the two, what were those two books that you showed off? First Silks, Daryl, isn't that right?
Yeah.
Right. If somebody's going to give you $1,000 for those, and you can turn around and get what you really want from the 50s and the 60s, absolutely.
Like this one right here. After I get it graded, it's pretty much going to sell.
Yeah, dude. If you can get $2,000 for that, I picked up. Yeah, the Spider-Man. Miles Morales Spider-Man where he's being arrested.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I picked up 4 of those.
I got it right here.
For $2 a piece.
Nice.
And I sold 2 of them for, I don't know, $55 or $60 as a 2-piece. And they're selling for $100, $150. If somebody's going to give me that for those books, where I picked 4 of them up in a stack, and then I can go get the books that I really want, I'm going to do it. I'm going to build the war chest with that stuff that's not rare, that's not special. It's not special to me anyway. And then I'll get the stuff that's special to me.
Here's that other book I had. Yeah.
Uh-oh. What's he going to bring out?
Oh, it's just another one of these overhyped books.
What is that? Yeah, all that stuff is super high.
This is the A cover. That other one I showed is the.
But the weird thing,
where'd you get this?
This one? I got
the other one. The other one.
I got them when they came out.
But where?
I got them when they had the comic book shop at the mall.
Okay, all right. That's okay.
They were on the shelf and cover price back then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, so what were you?
That particular shop was always putting like 1 in 25s and 1 in 50s out on the shelves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Their employees
the way that you should do stuff. You put them on the shelf, first come, first serve.
Mm-hmm.
On the new books.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Unfortunately, they're no longer in business, probably because they were doing stuff like that. But
if you're in the mall, you're paying way too much rent, and there's too much overhead to begin with. So
yeah.
Then you got to overcharge on back issues and everything else. So.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Well, you got to be knowledgeable about back issues to begin with, and his employees weren't.
Yeah.
You could take a 2.0 and put a near mint price on it. It's just not going to sell.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I've really kind of looked at new books in a different way now. The classic stuff. The classic stuff. That's my stuff. But last Halloween, my one of my grandkids wanted to be Spider-Man, but it wasn't Peter Parker's Spider-Man he wanted to be. He wanted to be Miles Morales.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why those books, like what Daryl just showed, I don't know if it's overhyped or if it's just the next generation saying these are our keys. Now the question is, God, I've really got to go. We're almost on 2 hours here. But the question is,
I sucked you right in, didn't I?
The question is, is the hype too much for the hobby right now?
I think it's way too much.
If we've gotten to the point now where we have to take a kiss, or we have to take a cover, or a blurb and try to turn that into something key instead of being this totally kind of spontaneous. Like when Venom first appeared, that's one of my era keys. When Gambit first appeared, when Venom first appeared, they were very, they just happened. It wasn't like this kind of, this information didn't come out a month in advance, and you had to beat down your store's door to try to snag 5 copies,
It's
of a book. Well, the fear of missing out is definitely a thing, and I've seen people. There's one Facebook group in particular where the admin he immediately look at everybody else's favorite new character every time something gets announced. This admin is posting this almost kind of mocking the people that, now I've got to get that. But the trick is to, if that is what you like, you probably have picked it up already. That's why I got the Star Wars one, because it's climbing. The first appearance of Boba Fett, I need to get that. It's starting to climb, and it's starting to get out of where I'm comfortable paying for. Kind of like New Mutants 98. That went so far out of the range of what I wanted to pay for that book. Because I thought it was an absurd price to begin with. Finally, I got a copy that once it's settled back down, and that's kind of, take a deep breath. Out of all of these like super hyped key books that have come out in the last 2 years, with the exception of a variant here or there, everything is settled back down into reasonable places.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Now, of course, your Titans, the first Batman Who Laughs. I noticed that the first Immortal Hulk has started to settle down, even though issue number 1 is still high. The first appearance of the Immortal Hulk has settled down a little. Yeah,
it's settled by it's certainly about 30%, maybe even more.
That's the thing. It's like
now is Batman Beyond.
Batman Beyond has gone ridiculous. But then you look at how hard that book was.
The issue that is getting me though is where they're talking about that. Is it Superman Batman 22?
22 and 23. Yep.
Yeah, but the reason it's going up because apparently in 2007, someone said Tim was supposed to be Terry. It's written Tim in the book, and it's supposed to have been Terry McGinnis.
Yep. And I'm
like, seriously?
I bought the first Batman Beyond for $1.
Yep.
When Tim still owned.
Yep. I remember you telling me about that.
Right. And I sold it for like $50, $55, thinking that it was going to plateau and then start to settle back down. Who knew that was coming?
Yeah.
Mine sold for $125 back in February.
Right. Who knew that? But and now I was watching. What was I watching? Maybe Tales from the Flip Side last week, 2 weeks ago, and they were talking about that book in particular, and it's $1,000. It sold for $1,200-$1,500.
If you get it graded and it hits right.
Yeah, and so this kind of segues back to what we were talking about earlier. People are pressing books and trying to get that 9.8 because they can take a $1 book and make it $500, or they can take a $1 book and make it $1,000 or $1,200.
I got this as a 9.6.
Right.
I'm perfectly happy with it because I'm not selling it.
Well, that's right. And I've got books that I don't care. I've got Defenders #1.
8. I mean, that would be how many more $100 would it be worth?
It's indescribable what the volume difference is on those books.
But of course, that goes into a different tangent. 9.4, 9.6, 9.8.
Those people aren't collectors.
No.
Well,
I mean, that's the black and white.
They're collecting. They are collecting. They're collecting numbers.
Yes.
Because if you take any average book, you look at how many people are disappointed when they get their CGC shipments back, and they cover the little grade, and they're like 9.6. And it looks like you just choked their cat to death.
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier.
The look on their face, and it's like, you know what? The average person cannot look at a 9.4, 6, or 8 and even tell you what the damn difference is.
No,
they can't do it. Now you've got some people that are that invested in their craft of grading to where they can be like, oh, well, you see that little fingernail mark there? Or you see this little thing here? You're splitting hairs at that point. And your magical 9.8, you send it in a week later, different group of people gets a hold of it. That magical 9.8 might be a 9.4.
Yeah.
And that's, it's way too much emotional investment in these decimal point grades right now.
Yeah,
and I just don't get it.
And I think most of the community, if we start talking, if we name 10 podcasts on YouTube that are 5 of them are super popular and 5 of them are like this one, which is guys that are friends. Guys that are friends that do podcasts. And half of us, I think we all think the same way. We all think the same way in that you buy what you want, what you love, and you don't give a crap what the grade is for the most part. But then you buy some books because you're like, that's a good deal and I'm going to flip it. And none of us we'll all be hypocrites. I set up at shows and I buy something for $1 because I know I can sell it for 50. I'm going to do it. So do you, and we all do it. I can't discount that I don't take advantage of that opportunity to.
I would say it's extremely rare that I sell anything. I'm quite. I am quite the hoarder.
I have books I won't sell for sure. That Ultimatum, that first book that I won't ever sell that. I have looked for that book.
Look behind me. You see stacks of long boxes of stuff that I've got specifically to sell.
Yeah, that's right. And we all take advantage of it. So I can't fault either side because I do play both sides of that fence. I buy stuff to sell.
Looking to flip though. It's one of those things where it's like if I take this stack of long boxes with me down to Hickory, come September, and I have to pack those long boxes all back up, and not a single book moves out of them, I don't care. They're mine. I mean, that's just totally the way. Now, if I go down there and sell 3 long boxes worth, there are times where I've had seller's remorse, and it's just been like, you get over that. Just like the Batman Beyond, it's like, if I just held on to it for another 2 months.
Yeah, I try. Never look back. When you sell something and you make money, never look back.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people are looking at comics right now as investment vehicles, and they simply aren't.
I agree.
I don't, now if you go with your blue chip, your mega keys and stuff like that, depending on if or when you bought in, you may have made a good investment at that time. But this book gained, $600 and look at it. It's a great, price ballooning of Hulk 181.
And it's not rare.
And it doubled and over a period of a week.
Yeah,
and
it's
you
not
look at how many
rare.
people bought in at the top of that peak. Now it's settled in, and it is what it is, unless something else comes out and makes it go up again. But you've got people. I think that's the only similarity between now and the 90s spec market is you've got people that are investing. Like I paid $8 for this. If it's worth $4 tomorrow, I don't care.
That's right. And I have books that I feel that way about.
But you've got people that are taking advice. There are pump and dumps going on in the comic industry right now.
Yep, I totally agree.
There are people sitting in front of microphones talking about, look at this great new artist, or look at this great new, they've got a vested interest in seeing some of this stuff escalate in value. And the good little people that watch this person for their investment advice go running out to buy this. And if they've got to buy in at $15, they think they've done something, and then it settles down. If it's worth 10, that's fine if you bought it at cover price. But you're buying it. I think comics right now have reached a point where it's no better than those little emails you used to get where it's like, buy this hot new stock. It's listed as a penny stock.
Yeah.
So you go and buy your 1,000 issues of this penny stock, then they sell theirs because you just made the stock bump.
Yep.
And that's what's happening right now.
Oh,
whether
absolutely.
or not that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I was Ricky. I was like, I bet there's some guy or girl in Hollywood that is just like buying up a whole bunch of a character and then going, this character might be in a movie soon, and then
everybody's
absolutely
doing that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm talking about someone that's like actually in the business that can actually put a character in a movie or something. And then was Omega Red. They're talking about being like in a jail cell somewhere in Black Widow. So that shot up.
Well, but he's already been in a post-credit scene. He was in one of the Deadpool post-credit scenes.
I didn't see that.
Well, look at
Yeah.
the Deadpool movie trailer, where just the appearance of somebody who looked like Shatterstar
Yep.
Yeah.
caused people to run after, X-Force 100.
Yep. Hey, I sold that book.
New Mutants 100.
Yeah, I sold it.
And
New 100. That is so common.
I think that's I love the information that apps like Key Collector have put at our fingertips. I love the information.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's created this breed of key chasers
Yeah.
that are simply trying to spec.
No, that's right. Yeah, I totally agree. And there's podcasts that talk about that on a positive light, and there are podcasts that talk about that on a negative light. And I like Key Collector if I'm looking in Azrael or Red Hood, and you're like, which one of these do I need to pick up?
Mm-hmm.
So you can go and type that in Key Collector, and it'll tell you these are the 3 books that you need. I do like that aspect of Key Collector.
There's one thing on Key Collector that I absolutely love. It's the artist page and the writer's page.
I haven't looked at that.
Where it's got, it doesn't have all of them, obviously, but it's got a lot of them that you can find out what was the first thing they did. And that's something I like. Some of my artists
that would be good.
Yeah. I want to find some of her early stuff. And other people like that, I want to find their early stuff more than the actual, it's most likely it's not going to be great because it's their very early stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, it's that's cool for me because I like these people that do these things.
But see, ultimately,
the Friday buzz that he creates, I don't like that.
Well, that's the thing. It's you look at some of the stuff, because I've got Key Collector. I use it. I actually subscribe to it because I feel like the time he puts into it, I pay the $2.99 a month. The time he puts into it has value, and he gives me value, and the fact that it's information. But then again, like what you're saying with the Azrael, now I don't shop Azrael at all. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter to me with 3 keys. I get to an Azrael section, I just flip through it.
No, that's right.
But there are people that will sit there going through dollar boxes with their Key Collector app, and they will check every single thing. Yeah. And that's fine if they.
I'll check a couple.
Time.
Yeah, that's right. I'll check a couple.
Yeah.
I can't say that I don't check one or two here and there.
Another thing I don't like about Key Collector is they now have YouTube channels advice on there for what to get.
Yeah, that's just infuriating.
Well, again, there's people that apparently need that information.
Mm-hmm.
I have to agree with Andy on the aspect that whatever keeps comics in business can't be all that bad.
No, that's right. And that's why I don't badmouth him, and I don't badmouth the other 2 or 3 that are pumping dumpers. I don't badmouth them excessively. This is what I like, and this is what I don't like about each of it.
It just, to me, it was one that I watched last week. I watched the YouTube channel, and I watched, and it got to their last issue, and you could just see it in the face of the guy talking about the last issue. Like, what in the hell are you people doing buying this book? How have you managed to get this overprinted pile of garbage on this list? But here it is at number 1. You could just see the dejection on I can't believe I'm shilling this book right now. Mm-hmm. And somebody watched it here, having heard him say every reason why that book shouldn't be on the list.
Yeah.
And they went to eBay and paid $15 for it.
Yeah, and you know what? If you can use that to build your war chest to get a much nicer version of Iron Man #1, which is a true key.
Yeah.
So be it. So be it. I can't hate on anybody that buys something that I don't like.
I hate it. I despise it.
Right? I'm not saying I buy something I don't like. It's why are you paying $15 for this book that is obviously a $1 book all day long?
Hey, they were warned. They were warned. Even by the
saying,
that's
you
right.
Spend $15 on this, I can't help you.
That's
but here's
right.
the information.
I mean,
they were warned.
You know,
They were warned by the very same app or the very same podcast that they listened to.
that's exactly right. But you know, the second somebody saw that, they were like, "I've got to get this book."
That's right. Hey, man, if you're going to give it to me, I'll take it.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't refuse to sell somebody that book. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, that's
I mean,
all
when I
it's doing.
saw on Instagram, somebody had 22 and 23 asking $100 for them. I'm like, you got
Yes.
me.
No, hey, if somebody will do it, sell it.
Yeah. I'm just like,
If that'll pay for your booth, if that'll pay towards your booth for having a table,
I mean,
sell it.
I give them the dad award because they dumb all day.
Mhm. Yeah, and I'll tell you, I can show you the 3 or 4 books. To this day, I have kept 3 or 4 books in particular because they were the books I paid way too much money for some dumb reason.
Hmm.
Like I've got Power Pack 27, which is an early Wolverine versus
Oh, the
Sabretooth.
Mutant Massacre issue.
Yeah, and I
Yep.
paid, I don't know, I paid 18, 20, 25 bucks or
Oh,
something
good
like that.
God.
Not just did I pay that much money, I paid it in the 80s. How
Yeah.
much was that in the 80s?
Now we're looking at $100 book.
Right? Because it was a super early, if not the second or third battle between Wolverine and Sabretooth.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well,
what
there's
is
a
it
Wolverine
today?
appearance in an obscure title as well, because Power Pack,
Right.
you know.
Right?
I
And
remember seeing Power Pack back in the day, and it's one of those things I'm like, yeah, keep going.
no, I keep that one as my lesson. That book is my lesson, not to get sucked into that stuff.
You can frame that one on the wall and watch it fade.
Oh yeah.
I've got a couple of books where it's like, yeah, I bought into hype.
Mhm.
X Factor 6 is a great example of that.
There you go.
You know, and I've got one where it's like, I paid $50 for this. It is a $25, $30 book all day long.
At least it's
right
25 or 30
now.
bucks. Yeah.
And it's not even in mint condition. You know, it's got like corners chipped on both ends, you know, and it's got some little stain on the corner. But that day, I felt regret because I didn't buy one at the con that I'd just been to when we went to a local shop. They had a copy. And I'm like, oh, I've got to buy it now.
Mhm.
You know, because I regret not buying the one at the con. And you know, everybody's got those mistakes, but at the same time, X Factor, of course, is a run I was interested in.
Mhm.
You know, so it's not like, you know, I've lost anything, because again, I bought something that I liked.
Mhm.
It just cost me a lot more
Mhm.
when I
Yeah.
bought it.
That X Factor is not all bad. It's not all great,
I
but
think
it's not all
the
bad.
Simonson era of X Factor is incredible. It's a fantastic read.
And a lot of people hate on New Mutants because they don't think that Deadpool should be worth as much as it is, because it's a shitty story or whatever it may be. But let's be honest, that first 100 issues of New Mutants was fabulous. There's so much good stuff in that first 100 issues of New Mutants. So many new characters, so many new ways of thinking. I like the New Mutants run very, very much.
I think it was I think the Sienkiewicz stuff
Mm-hmm.
was really good now, but when I was younger, it was very hard on the eyes. It was
Mm-hmm.
very hard to understand in certain aspects. You know, I think that's kind of the unfortunate aspect of a lot of that. You know, like I felt New Mutants was aimed at a younger audience,
Mm-hmm.
not as young as Power Pack.
Mm-hmm.
And for the first 13 or 14 issues, it did that. And then they hit the Sienkiewicz run with Demon Bear.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I was 12, 13 years old trying to read that. And I'm just like, give me my X-Men back.
Yep.
You know?
I agree.
And now, of course, hindsight is 2020. You know, you look back and it's like, wow, this is really good.
Oh, yeah.
It just had the unfortunate thing of I'm not sure it was being written for the audience that assumed it was for them.
Oh, that's right.
That makes any sense.
Yeah, because it was the next generation's X-Men.
Should have been. It just turned out not to be.
And now Miles Morales is the next generation's Spider-Man.
But that does absolutely cater to its audience. Is the difference?
I think so, but I think that we're going to see the same thing. I think you're going to see Miles Morales turned into New Mutant, where it's got some validity, but it'll never be Peter Parker. It just won't.
Well, maybe not. I mean, I think the future is going to tell that, and it's Marvel has been setting it up here recently. You know, everything's all new, all different with trying to do the swap outs, and we have resisted it every step of the way. You know, not my Incredible Hulk. You know, not my this, not my that, and
my Wolverine.
That's it.
Not my Wolverine.
X-23 is not my Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
No.
You know,
and she got hot, and then she collapsed.
Yep.
Well, if they bring her back and do the movie along the same vein as Logan, you know, she will. Because Logan actually made me interested in her.
Same with me.
Yeah.
Same with me. I would love to see like an addition to that.
Yep.
So I was like, what's on the other side there that you guys are going to? At the end of that movie, I thought the ending was really good. So I didn't cry.
I liked it a lot.
I didn't cry.
Not at all. You're crying. I'm not crying.
Stupid onions.
Fabulous. All right, man. I'm at 1% on my battery. I got to bounce.
All right, we're all going to bounce.
I'm getting ready to rock
Hey,
and roll too.
the latter half of this conversation was 1,000 times what it should have been. I really enjoyed it.
Awesome.
Well, awesome that you could hop in.
Yeah, I'm glad to. I'm going to the beach in the morning, so send me a message. Remind me of this when you do it next week. Maybe I'll be at the beach. Maybe I won't. Maybe I can jump in. Maybe I'll be driving home.
Next week, hopefully, we can actually do the movie review. So there we go.
Which movie?
These two behind me.
I can't see them. I'm using my phone.
We're starting off with the MCU, Incredible Hulk and Iron Man 1.
Okay.
And we're going my plan is like every week to do 2 more until we get through the whole thing.
All right. Sounds good.
Cool. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Man, love you both.
Love you, man. Peace.
Stay travels.
All right. That's all we got. And you guys have an incredible day.
Bye now.